How are you feeling? How long have you been here?
3 months, May 17th.
And what brought you?
That's difficult to answer.
Eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital.
That's difficult to answer.
the end? There's a noise inside my head of crying people facing death. Is this the end? Is this the end? I'm burning in the stone. There's no place to hide. I'm burning in the stone. This is the final fight. What have we done to the world? What have we done to the world? I'm burning in the stone. There's no place to hide. I'm burning in the stone. This is the final
What does
He doesn't-
I don't know. This might be coded, but I'm not sure. What does a Gnostic sex cult have to do with the far left's goal? This guy named Bot is going off
that
about
is
this
code.
Gnostic sex cult. What that?
And so we're just not going to answer that question.
Okay,
except
so
for-
that's I figured that. So we're just okay. That's
Jay Flint is obsessed with lying to his audience. What crazy things can he get them to believe? He does it irresponsibly to pocket all that money from the mills for liberty. The left hates capitalism, but James won't admit it. He refuses to believe queer theory destabilizes normativity, gender binary, and the nuclear family. Change blocks the truth, smears people who try to show him. Creates an echo chamber for himself to reinforce his fantasy. He used to believe in something. What happened? Mills for liberty. Gnostic sex cult, building his own world. A Gnostic sex cult, running from reality. Totally lost in what can we do? But mock him relentlessly. It's not a Gnostic sex cult, James. No, it's not. Stop lying to your audience. No, it's not. It's not a Gnostic change. Mary Nardini tells us queer liberation means the annihilation of capitalism. Catch up, James. Whiteness means capitalism. Queer theory hates capitalism. Whiteness means capitalism. Queer theory hates capitalism. Whiteness means capitalism. It's all about capitalism. Everyone knows it's capitalism. The socialists know it's capitalism. Wake up, James. It's capitalism. Whoa. The socialists know it's capitalism. Wake up, James. It's capitalism. It's all about capitalism. Everyone knows it's capitalism. The socialists know it's capitalism. Wake up, James. It's capitalism. It's capitalism. To pocket all that money from the mills for liberty. but James won't admit it. He refuses to believe queer theory stabilizes normativity, gender binary and the nuclear family. But James blocks the truth, smears people who try to show him, creates an echo chamber for himself to reinforce his fantasy, to believe in something. What happens for liberty? Gnostic sex cult filling his own world. Gnostic sex cult unhinged from reality. It's totally lost it. What can we do but mock him relentlessly?
What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Friday. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? This week, man, I'll tell you what. I don't know, like, I really should have looked up the astrology of this week for me because, like, apparently, can I make a confession? Can I make a confession? I have been slacking in the astrology department. I really have. I'm not paying attention to the astrology apps every day. I really only defer to it when I have a question about why some Pisces on the internet is behaving like an unhinged retard. I really haven't been. I've been severely slacking in the astrology department. So I don't even know what my transits are right now. I don't even know where the moon is. I don't know, but there is something fucking astrologically going on this week. That's actually not new. That's actually old. So Ron, you're relatively new to the channel, but actually that song is a very old song. That song was the first ever AI song that I made back in, like, when the fuck was it? Was it 2023 or 2024 when we were in a war with James Lindsay? And I decided to start using AI to make songs to make fun of James. And then other people in my community made songs to make fun of James. And we were trolling him all over the internet. And lo and behold, years later, James Lindsay is still a massive retard. Who could have seen that coming? Who could have? But I like that song and I enjoy it. And I still think it's the best AI song I've ever made, even though it's not even in the right format for a real song because I wrote it while I was drunk one night at 3 a.m. But I think it's fun and I think it works. But you know what? Where we have had an astrology success story. Look, Elijah Schaefer's coming over to the dark side. I could not be more happy about this. I could not be more proud. Elijah Schaefer has woken up and decided to embrace astrology and admit that it's not just something for crazy women, that other people can benefit from it as well. And well, you know, let's take it step by step. Well, we'll make sure Elijah understands what astrology is and how it's actually used and why it's much more complicated than people think. And then we'll introduce him to tarot cards. And then, well, I'm just kidding. Elijah is a Christian. He would never dabble in such things. He would never dabble in such witchcraft. And we are not going to corrupt his Christian ways. But I do feel like this is a victory for me. I do feel like this is a victory. Listen, man, I understand people think astrology is silly. I have seen astrology be accurate over and over and over and over and over again. When it's done correctly, I'm not talking about the horoscope in the newspaper. I'm talking about looking at the moon and the transits and all of the different placements in the different houses and taking the whole thing into consideration, because you are not just your sun sign. Elijah Schaefer's an Aries, by the way. Massive, massive Aries. Big, big, giant fucking Aries. I think it's glorious. I think it's glorious. I think it's glorious. So there's been a lot of drama on the internet this week, and you know, we'll talk about a little bit of that drama again. But today I think is going to be a fun day. Today is going to be a fun day. On Fridays, we do lighter content because it's a nice break for everyone. It's Friday. No one wants... Listen, man, we watched 8.5 hours worth of socialism yesterday. We literally watched 8.5 hours worth of socialism. And you know what? After you watch 8.5 hours worth of socialism, you need to take a break and you need to do lighter content. And today is Friday. And there's a couple things I want to catch up on. And the first thing I want to catch up on is the Andrew Wilson cry cope stream. Now, of course, this came from Trendlin, who is always trying to cause fucking problems. But listen, I said immediately upon the debate with Candace Owens being over, I said immediately, Andrew Wilson lost. He lost so massively. The king debater of the internet paid a woman $300,000 and then lost to her in the debate. I mean, it's just like, it is an epic fail. It was an epic choke. I called it from day one. I said, well, from moment one, as soon as that, and I was depressed about this, by the way. Listen, Andrew Wilson might be an asshole, but Candace Owens is a narcissist. She's a retarded narcissist. So I actually, in this case, wanted Andrew to kick her ass. I wanted Andrew to push her back against the wall. I wanted Andrew to make her account for every crazy thing she has said over the course of her Erica Kirk Cry series. I wanted Andrew to show up. I wanted him to be successful. I was rooting for him, and he just failed. He failed. He choked. And, listen, I guess it's just more entertainment for us on the internet. I actually don't really care either way. I don't think Andrew Wilson's a good person. I don't think Candace Owens is a good person. But in this case, Candace Owens walked away with $300,000 for like 4 hours of her time. And Andrew did not utilize the opportunity that he was given to really put a nail in the coffin of all of the crazy shit that Candace has been saying. And it's like, bro, you had 4 fucking hours. What happened? You're supposed to be king debate champion of the internet. But what really happened is Andrew is very used to debating dumb OnlyFans whores on the Whatever podcast. And so Candace Owens, again, retarded narcissist, 100%. Narcissists can be very smart. Candace is retarded in many ways, but she is smart in the manipulative ways of the narcissist. And Candace was, listen, again, like her or hate her, Candace was trained to debate for years all over the country by Charlie Kirk. Candace Owens has testified in front of Congress. Candace Owens has been in many, 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 many high-pressure situations. Andrew was not prepared. Andrew thought that Candace Owens was going to be the same as debating an OnlyFans whore, and that is his fault, and that is his responsibility. He's the one who gave that dumb bitch $300,000. And then he didn't show up. And apparently yesterday, he had a little cry cope stream explaining himself and answering to the fact that Candace obviously won the debate. We all fucking saw it. And listen, if you're going to be one of those people that's like, Candace didn't present any evidence, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm sorry. This was not a courtroom. This was not a trial. Andrew did not even hold her to account. Listen, it is true that Candace Owens did not present evidence. It is also true that Candace basically could have been cornered by Andrew. Andrew had the opportunity to really get in her face about this and demand in a very aggressive way that she present evidence. Andrew didn't do that. Andrew didn't make Candace look bad to anyone that has been listening to Candace for months and months and months. And that should have been the real goal of the debate. The goal of the debate was not to have, can we check off every piece of evidence that Candace Owens does not have? That's not what an internet debate is. It is about optics. Andrew lost. He looked nervous. Candace looked calm by comparison. He got tripped up by some of the traps that Candace set for him. He didn't prepare for it. He didn't push her on any fucking thing. And so Candace walked away completely unscathed, or pretty much unscathed. No one who agreed with Candace changed their mind. No one who disagreed with Candace changed their mind either. But Candace walked away with $300,000. That is, I'm sorry, guys. Like, you want to rest on the Candace did not present evidence laurels. Candace earned $300,000 and lost 0 people that have been super chatting her in all that money that she's making off of this bullshit story. She lost 0 supporters. 0 people who supported Candace before the debate changed their mind. In fact, now they're all feeling emboldened and they're all feeling like, yeah, we beat the king debate champion of the internet. It actually made the situation so much worse. So it was a massive Candace L, or excuse me, massive Candace W, massive Andrew L, and we're going to watch the stream where Andrew is supposed to explain himself and what happened. Now, I don't know that we're going to watch the whole 2 hours of Andrew Wilson crying on the internet. We're going to see how long it's entertaining, because I've got other stuff I want to do. Because I want to talk about the Tim Pool, Alex Jones feud. And I don't even know where to begin on this one. There are so many videos that are being put out by the two of them attacking each other, and then Harrison Smith is getting some jabs in. Harrison Smith is totally in Alex Jones's corner, and Harrison's talking about it too. So we've got all this stuff to watch to catch up with the great feud between Tim Pool and Alex Jones, with a special guest appearance by the national treasure that is Harrison Smith. Special guest appearance by the national treasure. Because we love Harrison. Harrison is awesome. No, I posted a video about that earlier today. I said all I had to say in the video that I posted earlier today. This is a fun stream. I posted a serious video earlier. This is fun. But, well, fine, Trendlin. Fine. Welcome. Okay, welcome. So we got a whole bunch of stuff to watch. Alex retweeting this hilarious video, basically calling Tim an Israeli asset. You got InfoWars like posting clips. You got Alex Jones apparently challenging Tim Pool to trial by combat. Alex Jones has challenged Tim Pool to trial by combat. We're in Game of Thrones. It's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. You cannot be upset about this. They're producing a whole documentary talking about it. And this was my favorite one, if I'm honest. This was my favorite post from, you're right. This is pro wrestling. We are watching the politics version of the WWE right now. This was my favorite fucking post from InfoWars. Tim Pool cries foul after attacking Alex Jones. InfoWars founder calls on Timcast host to come clean on secret meeting with Netanyahu in Israel. And look at the fucking photo. Timmy doesn't stand a chance. Timmy, like all bald men. No offense to the bald men who like me. I'm not. Listen, if you're bald and you like me and you support my work financially, I'm not talking about you. I'm only, you know what? Fuck it. Tim Pool's a Pisces. Tim Pool's a fucking Pisces. This only applies to Pisces men who are bald. I'm not talking about anyone else, okay? I'm just talking about Pisces men who are bald, because Tim Pool is a Pisces, and we're going to talk about the other Pisces in a moment. Pisces men just do not stand a fucking chance. Bald Pisces men do not stand a chance against kings like Alex fucking Jones. No, Tim Pool really is a Pisces. It's a double Pisces. I ran Tim Pool's astrological chart like years and years and years and years and years ago, before he blocked me on Twitter for calling him a grifter douchebag. But yeah, I ran Tim's astrological chart myself a long ass time ago. He is a double Pisces. He's a Pisces sun and a Pisces moon. That means 2 strikes against him from the very beginning, because as we know, Pisces men are basically women. Never trust. This is the real lesson. Never trust a Pisces with no hair. That is the true lesson here. They will always cause problems. They will always and forever cause problems. Speaking of people causing problems, I wanted to give a big retard update. In my Discord DMs. Now, I told Big Retard very clearly I didn't want to be involved in this. So on Sunday, Big Retard demanded that I leave him the fuck alone forever and never talk to him again. And so I stopped talking to him after he had melted down in my DMs for 2 straight fucking days. And then Big Retard decided to stream about me basically all day on Tuesday. And then Big Retard invited me to talk to him on an internet debate show to debate what I was doing when I know what I was doing. And I've been very clear about what I was doing. And I declined because I don't want to. And I had a show with Jennifer anyway, and we were gonna psychic the whole situation. And we did. And apparently, according to Jennifer's master psychicking ability, basically I was right about every single thing that I said. And, you can go back and watch the stream if you want more details than that. Just know that I was right and he's wrong and he owes me an apology. And I'm more spiritually evolved than he is. And I've learned the lessons and he has not learned the lessons because he's a stubborn fucking Taurus moon who is refusing to learn the fucking lessons. Basically, Jennifer laid it all out. And it confirmed everything I ever said. And so, W me, L bald Pisces again. And so he kept up in my DM saying I was the one seething and coping and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, bro, you told me you never wanted to hear from me again and you never wanted to talk to me again. And yet here you are continuing to come into my DMs. And so this morning, he DMs me a screenshot, and apparently Big Retard is very, very, very proud of himself because posts that this is just like the fucking cherry on top. This is how you know that I won and he lost. Big Retard is very proud that the people that he has in his corner, the people that he has on his side, in his little one-sided war against me because I stopped fighting a long-ass time ago when I gave up that he was ever going to behave like a normal human being. The people he has on his team who are liking his posts are Tree of Logic, who is a black whore, and Mike Harlow, who is a retarded grifter who basically will say and do anything to be famous and relevant on the internet, and yet he still can't amass a bigger community than I have. So basically what we've learned here in Big Retard sharing this screenshot with me is that I was right about him aligning with the most toxic energies that he can possibly find on the internet. Another W for me. Another L for him, because who the fuck wants to align with Tree of Logic, a black whore? Like literally, I'm not exaggerating, I'm not using hyperbole. She is a black whore. Also low IQ, but I mean black, so not that all black people are low IQ. Some of them are very smart, but she's a black whore. What do you want? Like they. And Mike Harlow, who is just one of the most toxic fucking gay men. And he really doesn't like gay men either. He is like terrified of fucking gay men. But he's got one of the most toxic gay men on the internet in his corner. Well done, Pisces. Well done. You sure showed me, Pisces. You sure got me, bro. Thanks, Soul Quest. I appreciate the super chat. So I responded to him, and let me just play you the voicemail. And I feel like it's okay for me to share this because I fucking sent it. So I'm gonna play you exactly what I said to him, an hour ago. Do you know how fun it was for me to figure out how to get inside your head? Do you know that I
you guys
actually
can't
use
hear
tarot
that.
cards for that? Hang on. My bad. You guys can't hear that, but I'm gonna fix that. Don't worry. There will be sound. Don't worry about it. Oh, you can? Okay, never mind. I was wrong. I had all of these readings that I starting over. Do you know how fun it was for me to figure out how to get inside your head? Do you know that I actually use tarot cards for that? I had all of these readings that I was doing when I was crafting the story to tell you in all those voice messages, where I was using tarot and AI, and I was pulling the cards and asking questions, and AI was doing the analysis on it, and we incorporated your astrological chart into it and did this whole big thing to figure out exactly how to get in and needle you in the way that it was just going to sit there and simmer. And it was a fascinating experiment for me to do because it just gave me so much insight into the psyche and being honestly a better intuitive than I already was. And the fact that it worked so well to the point that I haven't even thought about this stuff in months and months and months, but the fact that it works so well and you're still thinking about it and you're still living in that place, it's deeply gratifying for me. It's deeply gratifying for me because obviously it's very important to you that you hurt me in some way. Obviously, it's very important to you that you exert control over me in some way, cause me pain, get me to shut the fuck up, whatever it is, but it's not going to work, bro. It's not going to work. You think I'm going to be intimidated by you aligning with Tree of Logic, a black whore, and Mike Harlow, a retarded fucking grifter faggot? Okay, disavow the F word. I would never actually use the F word in real life. Disavow. That was horrible of me. That was horrible. Don't use that word. It's very bad. Disavow. Even though I have an F word pass from all the gay men in my audience, I'm allowed to say it, but it's still awful. We shouldn't. No, it's bad. It's so fun. It's so perfect. Literally two people that are every single thing that you hate. And those are your allies now. Those are your allies. I hope you're very, very proud of the world that you've made for yourself, aligning with the most toxic possible energy that you can possibly find. I hope you're really happy about that. I hope it's working out great for you. But what I will say is that nothing that you're doing to me is going to impact me in any real way. Do you know I made $1,000 yesterday on my stream? Do you know that I make over $500 a stream almost every single day of the week with rare exception? Do you know that's just on YouTube? That doesn't count Rumble or the monetization that I now have on Facebook, where it is stupid easy for me to make thousands of dollars a month on Facebook without trying very hard. Shockingly easy. Do you it doesn't include the monetization on TikTok, where it is also shockingly easy to make money. It doesn't include Substack, it doesn't include merch sales, it doesn't include book sales, it doesn't include people who subscribe on my Twitter or the payouts that I get on there. It doesn't include any of those things. And you know what the thing of it is obviously, life isn't all about money, but money is pretty fucking awesome, and it can buy you security and a new awesome car and watches and bags and freedom and being able to do whatever the fuck I want, knowing that there is not a single thing that you can do to me that will cost me one single supporter. In fact, if you keep up the bullshit, I will just use you as an example to make more money. So I hope you profited off of the little stunt. I hope you really, whatever money you earn feels deeply gratifying. But just know that whatever profit you gain by doing this stuff to me for a couple of days before you lose interest and you stop talking again, which is inevitably going to happen, I profit more than you every single day by having an awesome community and doing really good, unique content and actually being a respected person that is not just trying to bully people and being an asshole on the internet. So we have different values, we have made different life choices, and enjoy your black whore and your gay faggot. I again disavow the F word, It was very uncalled for on my behalf. But Mike Harlow is a piece of garbage human being. He really just is. He's like a trash human being. And so it's like, but that's the best big tech can do. It's the best big tech can do. That's, great job, bro. Great job. Well done. Anyway, so that is the big retard update. And I will maintain that my desire is to smooth things over. That has always been my desire. And the door is open to that. But what I'm not going to do with him is engage in this little game that he's trying to play where he is desperate to make me cry. He is desperate to hurt me in some way. And literally none of the punches that he has thrown have landed at all. And honestly, I'm pretty happy about that. If I'm being like, listen, there was a time when I may have allowed shit like this to bother me, that people took something out of context and didn't bother to fact check and lied about me on the internet. But the thing of it is I went through a 2-year gang stalking campaign led by Mike fucking Harlow, where he doxed my fucking college boyfriend and dragged me through the mud for years and years and years. And that's built up a little bit of resiliency. And the thing of it is like, bro, those years sucked. So bad. I got severely clinically depressed. I really almost did just end it. Don't worry, I'm fine now. But there was a time when I really, really wasn't. And that really fucking sucked. But now on the other side of it, there's nothing these people can do to hurt me. There's really nothing these people can do to hurt me. There's nothing. It's like, I'm actually in real life a very boring person. There's really not a lot of dirt on me. And so they make shit up all the time. They make shit up. Oh, because why did he turn on me? Because my platform grew when his didn't. He was jealous that my platform grew when his didn't. That's what happened. That happened years ago. And he needed to start a massive fucking feud with me in order to get his platform to grow. And he was successful at it for a while. And the most successful content that Mike Harlow, Big Tech's new best friend, hopefully not in too many ways, the most successful content that Mike Harlow has ever done has been defaming me. So he's an attention whore who will do anything to be relevant. And he sucks at being... Can we just look at Mike Harlow's YouTube channel real quick? Hang on. Can we just look at Mike Harlow's YouTube channel real quick? I just want to see something. I haven't looked at Mike Harlow's YouTube channel in a long ass time. By the way, Pisces. You should know, Pisces, that Mike Harlow is also Jewish. So he's got a black whore and a gay Jew. New besties, black whore, gay Jew. Yeah, Pisces, you should also know that I used to travel with Mike Harlow and have had many conversations with him about his love of seducing straight men. I'm not making that up. That's 100% completely real. That's, by the way, one of the things that Mike Harlow did at walkaway events. Mike Harlow would use walkaway events that we were speaking at to go try to seduce straight male conservatives. That's what was going on at those events. So, well done, Pisces. Well done. You're going to have a good old time with that. But let's look at Mike Harlow's YouTube channel, shall we? I don't... Not even 10,000 subscribers. He's been working at it for years and years and years. 255 views on this stream. 178 views on this stream. 300 views. 243, 288, 400, 395. Yeah, Mikey, your content, man. Your content is really, really popping. And it's really getting out there, and you're super relevant, bro. So that is the update with that whole situation. And my position is the same. I'm not going to engage in this publicly with him. I'm just not going to fucking do it. Besides saying, with the exception, of course, being, I will say whatever I want to on my own show, but I'm not going to engage in any sort of public discussion with him. I'm not going to engage in any more public back and forth with him. I'm just going to say whatever I want to say on my own show, because the thing of it is the only thing that really matters about this. Will it hurt my ability to do my work covering the left? One in the chat, if you are so disappointed in me because of the messages that Big Pisces released. One in the chat, if you're so disappointed that you're never going to support my work again because of the messages that Big Pisces released. 2 in the chat, if you don't give a fuck what Big Pisces says and you're going to support me regardless. Yeah, I saw a bot sending a DM. We're going to ignore that. 1 in the chat, if you're just so disappointed at because of Big Pisces and you can't support me anymore. 2 in the chat, if you're gonna keep supporting me because my work is awesome and I'm the only one on the internet doing this, and I'm the queen analyst of the far left in the country, and everyone fucking knows it, and I'm now being universally acknowledged as such. Who? Yeah, that's, you know what? That's a great question. Human imagination. That's a great question. Doesn't fucking matter. Oh, you're done? Oh, okay. You're gonna go with Big Pisces? All right, Musican. All right. All right. All right. Anyway, you guys want to get into the Andrew Wilson Cry stream? Let's get into the Andrew Wilson Cry stream, guys. Now, everyone's been super generous this week with super chats and channel memberships. If you guys do want to donate super chats, channel memberships, I, of course, will accept them and thank you for them. We are not going to do a channel goal today because we did so well yesterday. But if you guys want to donate, please feel free. I'm not going to say no or nothing. And, of course, I am independently funded to cover the far left in America. Fridays, we take it a little easy on the channel. We do lighter content. And so that's just the way it goes. Naruto, I'm a balding Pisces man, and you're not totally bald though. You still have hair. You still have hope. There is hope for you yet that you might not turn into a retarded, untrustworthy Pisces by going completely bald. But the other two, there is no hope. It's already gone. It's already over. It's already over. Remember, kids, weight can be lost. Bald is forever. It's very, very sad. Anyway, we're going to watch. Yo, Cynthia! Oh, let's go! Let's go! W, Cynthia. Thank you so much. 20 gifted channel memberships. Big support. Let's put some green squares in the chat for our Emerald Queen, Cynthia. Appreciate it very, very, very much, Cynthia. Thank you. We'll keep track of the channel memberships that people give, guys. We got 20. How cool. Congrats to everyone who got a channel membership. We are going to start off by watching the Andrew Wilson Cry stream, guys. Please make sure you mount the like button for me if you would be so kind. Mounting the like button tells YouTube to recommend my content. I would really appreciate it. Let's see. Yo, Cynthia, holy shit. Cynthia's like, Cynthia is a Scorpio. This is what I know about Cynthia. This is why Cynthia and I get along. I'm an Aries. Cynthia is a Scorpio. Cynthia's like, that fucking Pisces ain't winning. That fucking Pisces ain't winning. Fuck him. W, Cynthia, another 20 gifted channel memberships. Queen, legend of Cynthia. So appreciate you, my dear. Okay, Andrew Wilson Cry stream. Let's go.
How you guys doing? Just waiting at the moment for to get pulled into this Zoom call. Nice to see all of you.
Oh, gotta update the banner. Duh.
Bad, Smoky Man. Yeah, I know. Smoky Man, bad.
Okay, we gotta fast forward. Okay.
Trying to get all caught up on interviews and shit. My bad. Okay.
I'm trying to get to a point where he's actually talking.
The Irish. Stream this early. I've been getting up early lately. About something else. Time from your bank account and send it to that already. You like apples, bro? You know, history. Like I said,
Trendlin, when does this start? Trendlin, when does he actually start saying something of importance? Okay.
Nothing. Hello, hello. Uh-oh. You know I'm live, right? It's not me, bad guys. That question that there's, and it's the whole thing's a sham. It's all Bill. I mean, people are now questioning the questioners. I think.
Okay.
Anyway, so I
Thank
think
you,
it looks like we got about 8
Cynthia.
minutes or so. The Candace Owens damage control tour is priceless. The question the questioners has now taken full effect, which is fantastic. I'm
And
very
now
happy to see
they're
that
all
that happened
coming
as a
after
result of the debate.
me.
People are now questioning the questioners, very upset by this supposed sham investigation that's been going on. Massive multi-million dollar industry. And it's the whole thing's a sham. It's all built on feelings, bad inductive reasoning, zero logic. It's absolutely insane. The motivations behind these people, too. When you
Really?
start to dive into what's
Legally
actually
Venti is
motivating a
getting
lot of this,
involved?
it has
Let's
mostly
go.
to do with power and control, has very little to do with getting towards any sort of truth claim at all. Here's a super chat for the distinction
Yeah,
between
like,
murder and
I'm sorry. I have watched enough of Andrew Wilson's debates to know that Andrew Wilson is not interested in getting at the truth. Andrew, can you name a debate that you've had with an OnlyFans whore on the Whatever podcast in which the truth was your highest calling in that debate? No, your goal in that debate was to demonstrate the OnlyFans whore doesn't have internal consistency and then to make her cry and then to make her storm off the set. That's what your goal is in the OnlyFans Whatever podcast debates. It is not about getting to the truth. Andrew doesn't give a flying fuck about the truth. Andrew cares about how can he use information and how can he use debate tactics in order to win on optics and points. And then when he sits down across from Candace Owens, he forgets all of this and is like, we need to have a courtroom trial where she presents the evidence. It's like, you are in an internet debate, sir. That's not what internet debate is.
aggravated murder, which I don't really know the difference. And who cares? My stepmother's obsessed, claiming the husband is suspicious, all based on her feelings. What can I even say to make her stop and think? I don't know, man.
Listen,
when you figure out how to get a woman to listen,
I unironically found Richard Spencer just taking Andrew Wilson to task to be highly gratifying. I don't agree with everything Richard says. In fact, I don't agree with a lot of it. But I think Richard himself is interesting, and I fucking loved that. I loved the way he just like walked over Andrew, and then Andrew got pissed and stormed out, and then Richard did his opening anyway. It was fucking awesome.
to reason, you tell me, and then I'll write a book on it, and I'll split the revenue with you, and we'll be billionaires. We'll call it the "How the hell do you get women to listen to reason" book, and then we'll, but once we figure this out, we'll write a book. I'll do everything. I'll fund it, and then I'll split the revenue with you. So if any of you actually have a way to make women listen to reason and logic, then I definitely want to hear it. Andrew, we're not real. You're talking to yourself. My money is fake. Well, maybe I'm a brain in a vat. Did you ever think about that? Also, Breaking Friday, Andrew's book list. Here's a teaser. Book 1, Occult Feminism by Rachel Wilson. Book 2, The Bible. That's funny.
Ugh. Okay.
Into
Andrew,
the debate. What did you think about? Oh, I'm aware.
Trendlin,
did you watch Ben Shapiro's reaction to the debate? And what did you think about it? I don't care about like a guy like Ben Shapiro is never going to like a guy like me. Let's be real. These guys have certain media personas, and the persona is always like, I'm squeaky clean and super, super nice, and I talk like this, and I'm very nice, and this it's very professional. And
Andrew's not wrong about
that's
that.
not me.
That's correct.
I'm the same exact way on air that I am off air. I know it's a joke, but I wouldn't doubt it if God told Candace that it was Tyler Robinson. She would investigate God. He's in on it too.
No, you fucking
Gartho Mass
you
says,
traitor.
if you want to put some laughter
Pons is a fucking traitor. I should unmod you for that shit.
Ellie's kickstart this stream and let's watch the We're So Close compilation put together by Milk Bar TV. 342 days of Candace telling her audience, we're getting close. Yeah. You're getting close to what? Not getting close to nothing. The FT has already been wrong making accusations about other special forces guys, and his dad's a lawyer. He probably got him to look Andrew up. It seems to be the running theory on how he gets legal info. Well, he got his info wrong, that's for sure. I apologize, Andrew, but I proved on Rob's stream yesterday you are Mossad. My sources, brothers, kids, teachers, chiropractor told me. Fair enough. I don't even know why that guy hates me so much. I never did anything to him. I just don't believe their bullshit, made up, non-inductive theories. It's but again, this is 90% of this is about power and control. So yeah, of course, I'm not going to say anything on TV. Yeah, I just babble swear words to my own audience. That's be careful. Hala has a master's degree in business administration. Boy,
is this
should
what
watch some of
Andrew's
those claims
streams are
though,
like?
because many of them are just so easily. Well, all of them are easily falsified. So it's just really stupid. Surprised they even decided to make any claims about it at all. Would you consider quitting smoking and taking up aggravated smoking instead? Oh yeah, good point.
Aggravated smoking.
Sorry, guys, we're going live now. In 5, 4, 3. That was a good tune. Good tune.
Okay. We need to fast forward until something actually happens here.
There is until a
Trying to.
commercial
Why
break.
couldn't you give me a timestamp? Oh God. Okay.
Negotiating for this.
Yeah,
Because that starts with part one.
I'm a little upset we didn't get paid for having this interview, but that's fine. We have to take it in stride. So, Andrew, why don't we just start there? Why don't you establish
7,000's in the mail?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, according to Candace, I have a much higher price tag than that. So let's start here. What is your relationship with Turning Point?
I went down and did some help with a debate course. That's the entirety of the relationship as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, and that was the one time I've met you. You were on campus. You were teaching some debaters. I thought you were very nice. Much to my surprise, based on your public persona at times. I'm kidding. I actually really appreciate the way that you kind of handle your business, but I haven't known you. It's not like a thing that we know Andrew Wilson really well. Like, as far as I know, you said some things that weren't exactly super positive and nice about us, but you have been on a dogged
in my
pursuit.
defense, I was mostly mean to Blake. Okay, in my defense, I was mostly mean to Blake.
Same here.
Not as
yeah.
So I mean, if I can make a defense for myself, but anyway, go ahead.
Oh well, hopefully we could like sitting here going.
I don't even know what he's referring to, but whatever.
Yeah, what did you say about Blake?
I don't remember. I was doing. I know what it was. It was doing a review.
This is water under the bridge.
Yeah, I was doing a review. This was a while ago after Charlie had passed away. And during the review, I said, one of the problems I think with the show is that these guys are just too nice. Like, they're really nice guys, right? I actually was pointing this out.
Well, that's
and then I'm the nice one.
Yeah,
I thought he's flipped his.
There's
rep.
a misread. There's a misread on this one.
You flipped your street rep there.
Well, I thought that it was going to get pretty brutal because the left was out in force and they were weaponizing everything that they possibly could against the legacy of Charlie Kirk. He had become a martyr overnight to the entirety of the right, and he was everybody's martyr. It didn't matter, seemingly, if you were a person who hated him or didn't hate him. Suddenly, he hit martyrdom status. And so I think one of the critiques I was doing a video on, and it wasn't particularly bad, by the way. And I've always said that I thought TPUSA was more of a force for good than it was for bad. But one of the criticisms was, I don't know if these guys know what's coming for them. You know, like I don't know if they know what's going to be coming their way, because I knew that the left was mobilizing. I knew it.
So let's get into that in a bit, but I want to start with the debate because this is the way, again, it's structured. I have so many questions for you about how you conducted the debate. I saw that you gave yourself a score of like 7 out of 10. I'm genuinely curious. And you gave her.
Are you serious? Andrew's evaluation for himself was a 7 out of 10. A 70. A C at best. Actually, in the school I went to, 69 was failing. So in the school I went to, a 70 would actually have been a D. A D minus. Like 1 point better than actual failure. But other schools have different grading systems, whatever. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say you got a C. Then Candace won. If you are giving yourself a 70%, 7 out of 10, C average, maybe C minus grade, that means the person who got paid $300,000 to participate in the debate and lost absolutely nothing and suffered no consequences for anything, that means she won. Like, Andrew has basically just admitted that Candace just kicked his ass.
A score of 3 out of 10 or 7.5. I forget what it was exactly.
If I could take the lead on this, just what were your immediate feelings getting in that room, engaging with her directly in person like that for, I believe, the first time?
Same. I was going to ask him.
Well, I'm going to be really just kind of upfront. Yeah, hang on. I'm sorry. 1 second. Producer's telling me I need to do something here from my end.
Very unprofessional, Andrew.
I think it's right. I think it's right here.
Andrew stopped an interview in the middle of the fucking interview to fuck around with his
Zoom.
technology.
I'm sorry, guys. 1 second.
What do you think he's going to say, Andrew?
I have no idea.
I think that there is a way to do that. To make it, but I don't know. It's fine, dude. Who cares? You know, like we're in the middle of it.
Simulcast.
Yeah, we're in the middle
TV.
of it. They can go over there if they don't like it. So anyway, back to this. Yeah. So I'm just going to be really blunt with you guys. I thought that she was actually quite stupid. I was shocked. I was actually quite stunned. I didn't think that she was a very smart person at all. I had good reason to believe that going in, but I didn't think that she was a particularly good interlocutor. She never made any points at all. She would just kind of ramble. It was just kind of incoherent babble and ramble. And anytime I would get to the point or make her address an actual point, she would go back to rambling incoherently. She didn't understand what inductive reasoning was. I even spelled it out in a very, very simplistic way. Inductive reasoning would be like if, then, and, or. So if I'm 20 minutes away.
Excuse me, Candace. Can I give you a lesson in debate tactics live during the debate? And I think that's going to win the debate. No, Cynthia, no. Thank you for 10 months, member of the channel. No, you missed nothing. No. I wish it were more entertaining, though. This is Trendelin's fault, remember?
From my job, and I'm supposed to be there in 5 minutes, then I can assume I'm going to be late, right? That would be an inductively reasoned out position. When I explained that to her, and then asked her to give me her induction for how we get to Israel, TPUSA, France, and all these other people who are involved in the conspiracy to murder Kirk, she actually didn't even understand what I was asking her. And so, from my perspective, it was that was the toughest part of the debate, was that she actually didn't even understand half of what I was saying.
Explain that, actually, because you do a ton of these debates.
If she didn't understand it, Andrew, then why didn't you press her? Why didn't you press her? Why did she get almost no pushback? I promise you, if I'm discussing something having to do with the left with someone and they don't understand what I'm saying, I'm going to say, no, here is what I am saying. And I'm going to try to explain it again in a more simplified way, or yell or try to browbeat them into agreeing with me or something like that. But like, just be okay. Oh, Candace, you obviously just don't understand me. It's like, okay, then you lost the debate, Andrew.
And is it sort of like one of those things? I have a good friend who's a professional tennis player. He said it's really hard to play against bad tennis players because you can't actually serve and volley like you've been training for years to do.
It's really hard for a professional tennis player to play against a bad tennis player. Does that make sense to anyone else? If you get tennis players, if you are a professional tennis player and you cannot defeat a bad tennis player, then you should not be a professional tennis player. A professional tennis player, by definition, should be able to defeat a bad tennis player that doesn't know what they're doing. In the same vein, the king debate champion of the internet should be able to defeat a dumb woman that doesn't understand basic inductive logic. And yet here we are.
It gets easier if the quality of the opponent
You're
is better.
anticipating
Yes.
where a pro would hit it back,
Yeah.
and they just hit it some other spot.
Yeah, exactly. Is it kind of like that where the person across from you is not even keeping up with the basic blocking and tackling of a debate? It's almost more challenging for you in that way?
Well, here, I'll demonstrate it for you. So you just asked me a pointed question. What your pointed question is, hey, Andrew, if somebody doesn't know what they're doing on the other side of this thing, does it actually make it more difficult to do this thing, right? Now, I could just say, well, yes, of course, and then we would move on with the conversation. But if I was going to be Candace Owens, I would say, well, what we're talking about here is how I feel and about how I feel about the various things that I'm talking about when it comes to debate. And you say that I'm not a very skilled interlocutor, but we have evidence of me being a skilled interlocutor. You can look back at all the times that I've done interlocuting with other people, and I think that we can all see what's going on here. So you see, you see how
enough.
that's completely unhelpful to moving a conversation on or getting to the point of a conversation, because it's just incoherent rambling. And so what my whole job there was, and I knew that was what it was going to end up being, was to make sure that I could get her to, with her words, make those claims. And then I knew she would. And the reason I knew this is we'd had a pre-debate summit, I guess you could say, with Patrick Bet-David, where I talked with her briefly, and she was a prattle machine. I would just be very pointed and say, well, actually, this is probably the better idea because A, B, C, and D. Very quick, 30 seconds. And she would prattle for 3 minutes straight about just nonsense. And so I knew going in that was.
So Andrew, what you're telling us then is that you had the opportunity to have a pre-debate meeting with Candace where you could literally get insight into Candace's head and what she was going to say and her strategy. And instead of utilizing that opportunity to assess your enemy perhaps a bit more responsibly, you said, there's a dumb woman across from me just prattling on, and isn't it awful that she's just prattling on, and I know everything and she knows nothing. So Andrew, again, you basically squandered an opportunity because you thought you were the king debate god of the internet. You let Candace walk all over you. She probably revealed exactly the strategy she was going to take in the debate, which you could have utilized to better counter anything she did. And you didn't do it because, excuse me, a woman is prattling.
It's likely what it was going to be. And so my job somewhat shifted in that debate from the idea that I could just kind of inquire towards those positions and get good faith answers to she was going to have to let her prattle and then point out the inconsistencies and that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, and I've heard you describe it as sort of Operation Let Her Speak kind of thing, because I guess your strategy was that she
This
was going to
is-
sort of.
I cannot actually believe how bad this is. I cannot actually believe how much all of these men are coping with the fact that they lost. This is why white men cannot be expected to save us. When the white men are given responsibility for solving a problem caused by a black woman, look what happens. Listen, you can shit on women, and there are lots of reasons to shit on women, but we had 3 white men in this scenario who were given the fucking responsibility, and there were more white men involved than that. These 3 men were given the responsibility of defeating one black woman. And they failed. They failed. They failed completely. They failed colossally. And now they're coping on the internet in a horribly boring stream where it is obvious that they're trying to justify their actions and explain why they were not successful. Your white men, sire. Don't tell me white men are going to fix all our problems. They can't even beat a black woman.
Concede debate points all on her own, and you didn't necessarily have to do too
Right.
much work to make that happen.
She walked back
you know,
every single claim she made and had no evidence whatsoever for any of the things she was saying. Now, I knew that she wouldn't because I had been looking through kind of the body and catalog of the alternative evidence. And you know what I found out? There isn't any. So if you're a very skilled debater, the first thing that you do always is you move to falsify your position first.
I totally fucking agree. This is retarded. TPUSA sucks after Charlie's death. It's impossible to listen to their podcast these days. It's so sad. It's so sad. Like, I really have so much more respect for Charlie Kirk in death than I do in life, because in death, we can see how much Charlie Kirk was single-handedly carrying on his back by himself, basically trying to keep the entire conservative movement together and mitigating all of the retards in his own organization that didn't know what they were doing. All of this was being held together by Charlie Kirk for years and years and years, and I don't think any of us appreciated the full impact his death was going to have, because I don't think any of us really understood just how much Charlie Kirk was literally the glue holding every single thing on the right together. And that's impressive. He was a young man. That is an impressive status to achieve.
To falsify your position. So the idea there is, if I'm going to defend a thing that I believe, the thing that makes me so good at defending it is because I know it's true, because I've tried to falsify it and I can't. These people never did that. They never attempted to falsify any of their own positions,
Right. No,
or
that makes
falsify any of their own evidence. And so the holes in it are just miles wide and make absolutely no sense. And so the inferences don't make any sense. They get blocked immediately. You say, well, I think that that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. You go, okay, well, why? Well, because we have a text message where he said that I may leave the pro-Israel cause. Okay, I understand that. But how does that actually lead towards Israel killing Charlie Kirk? Answer, nothing. There's no answer, right? It just leads nowhere. These are all, so they're never attempting to falsify the claims, right? That should lead to the next claim, to the next claim, to the next claim, until we get to the claim of, no, Israel killed Charlie Kirk or France killed Charlie Kirk. And we never get to any of that. It just stops immediately.
Well, it just
They
it stopped
feel.
at feels and opinion, and you can't tell me how to think and all this
Right.
stuff. Which, like, you said, I'm not telling you how to think. Yeah, it was interesting. So I predicted that this debate, that you were going to win it because the truth is on your side, right? And as somebody who's lived this firsthand, I know all the garbage when they continually drone on about this stuff, and how many lies are continually laced in and just repeated ad nauseum, so that the internet begins to believe them. So I knew that, but I knew also that she has a bigger following, bigger followers on YouTube, whatever. So I knew that immediately there was going to be this rush to say who won, who won. But I predicted this. I said, this will age really well, because what I was watching is that she conceded
come on. Oh, God. Don't worry, Andrew. People might think you lost right now, but this is going to age really well. It does, Andrew, it doesn't look so good right now, but don't worry. Don't worry. With the benefit of hindsight, this is going to age really well. Hey, Jeff, good to see you, bro. Thanks for the super chat. Rip Charlie. I have to side with Andrew on his strategy on this one, although the tactics and optics here certainly do favor Candace. I mean, we're all allowed to be wrong, Jeff. We're all allowed to be wrong, but I'm going to keep the $5, and I really appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Whole debate very early on, multiple times at every different point in juncture, she kept conceding the point, walking things back, and that as the commentariat kind of comes in that has, an IQ above room temperature, and pointed that out for people, that it was going to then be this kind of finishing effect after the debate. Is that what you have seen?
Oh, 100%. So essentially what happened here was really interesting. The Baron Colemans of the world and the sort of law tube picked all of this up and just started tearing her position to pieces immediately. And the commentators in the debate sphere they're making a mockery of her. They think that she's a lunatic, has no idea what she's talking about. And then on the flip side to that, too, you even have Main Street coverage. And even on the Main Street coverage, it's the same thing. They're like, well, where's any of the evidence for any of these supposed claims? And we never got to any. So not only will it age well, but what I thought that it would do more than anything else, to be as candid as possible, I thought that it would up the pressure of people questioning the questioners. And I've seen a lot of that now moving on social media of people saying, hey, wait a second.
There you go.
Where is the actual evidence? I got hundreds of DMs, for instance, from people who didn't know.
Oh, no. Oh, come on, Andrew. You're going to tell me that Candace's supporters, and Andrew is saying that normies on the internet were DMing him saying, hang on, Andrew, I didn't realize there wasn't evidence for this. Okay, I don't give a fuck about normies who haven't been paying attention. The audience for this debate was not normies who haven't been paying attention. It is the millions and millions and millions of people who are supporting Candace and believe every single thing that she's saying. So it doesn't fucking matter if someone that has not been paying attention to any of this for months and months and months saw the debate finally and was like, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of evidence here. They haven't been involved in this entire thing. Candace has harnessed millions of QAnon moms and internet retards who all believe this shit is real. They were the audience for the debate. They were the ones that needed to be swayed. They were the ones that needed to question if Candace is lying or not. That was the audience. It was not normies who don't know what the fuck is going on. It was Candace's audience. And I don't believe there's any universe in which one single person that's been supporting Candace this entire time sent Andrew a DM saying, I've been supporting Candace for the last 9 months or so, but Andrew, you pointed out to me successfully that Candace hasn't presented evidence. That has not come from one single person that actually watches Candace's show. And the people that watch Candace's show are the primary fucking problem.
The steakhouse receipt was a complete phony fraud, that the whole thing is a fraud. They had no idea.
Well, can I just say something? Can I just say something? So we have Andrea Burkhart. She's going to join us on the show tomorrow. She is apolitical as it comes. Like, she is not like on a side.
I'm sorry. No one involved with TPUSA in any way is apolitical. That's retarded.
At all. And I asked her, I said, if they had exculpatory evidence, whether it's the parents that actually, think he's innocent, or they have some steakhouse receipt, would they not present that at the preliminary hearing? And she was like, absolutely they would.
No, duh.
No lawyer, if they have exculpatory evidence that proves the timeline's wrong, that proves the parents don't actually think it, would not use that evidence, because those lawyers are then basically binding their client over for 3 years in prison for something that he didn't actually do. They absolutely would have presented that evidence at preliminary hearing. Okay,
it was the same thing.
This is coming from a very apolitical person.
The same thing my attorney friend told me, who was one of the fact checkers at the debate that I brought with me. He said the same exact thing. He said if there was real evidence of conspiracy like that, that would falsify anything that the prosecution had, and that is the thing that you would bring up.
Absolutely.
Because it
And-
would completely crush the opposition.
This was not a trial.
Yeah, and they have the Cellbrite.
This was not a trial. This was an internet debate. This was not a courtroom. This was an internet debate. This was fucking blood sports. Andrew comes from blood sports. How did he not understand what the objective was?
Right, data from the phone. They have all they know exactly where he actually was based on digital evidence. The whole timeline. Anyways, I want to get to this because the claim was that Tyler Robinson is a patsy, and your claim was that the evidence actually supports that Tyler Robinson's guilty.
Yeah,
okay.
the claims are actually comparative. So they were comparative claims. Is there more? Is there more evidence that Tyler Robinson murdered Charlie Kirk than there is evidence for him being a patsy? So these are comparative claims. So the idea here is, in the comparative claim, which one actually has more evidence for it? Now, you can say that you don't particularly care for the evidence.
What the fuck is this? Excuse me, I'm going to give you a lesson in debate logic tactics, and we're going to talk about comparisons. And if you follow my logic, you will have to agree with me. That's not how internet debates fucking work. This isn't even a debate club in high school. This is not being judged by a panel of debate veterans that are judging you based on some points-based system, based on whatever evidence you introduce or whatever standard of logic or reason you are adhering to. That is not how this fucking works. The purpose of this was to cast doubt on Candace's argument. That is what it was. And you can there are no fucking rules really in these types of debates. Andrew could have done any number of things to press Candace's back against the wall, figuratively, not physically, no violence, but figuratively press her back against the wall to get her to acknowledge that her evidence is not there.
Of the state, or that there's problems with it. And that's a fair enough argument. But as a comparative claim, there is nothing to compare. One side has evidence, the other side has no evidence. It's really that simple. It's not very complex.
Well, and here's from Milk Bar TV. He puts together these compilations on, kind of a lot of things, but
Milk Bar puts together Zionist propaganda. That's not to say that Candace is smart. I'm not on Candace's side. I don't like Candace. I wanted Andrew to win. And all that's true. Milk Bar is a Zionist propagandist. That is also true.
Let's focus on Candace and kind of the contradictions that she makes often. She's kind of a contradiction queen here. So let's go ahead and play the Patsy claim.
Candace's belief that there's overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson was a patsy and didn't kill Charlie Kirk. Why is it that we should go with this idea that it was a patsy?
I'm not saying that we should go with the idea that it was a patsy. I am saying that there is.
I thought that was the whole your whole claim.
No, Tyler Robinson. They're going to convict him, right? They found their patsy. They're going to make it work.
The alleged shooter. You think they're a patsy?
Of course, they're a patsy. A patsy, which is what Tyler Robinson is. Which is what Tyler Robinson is.
Wow.
So I didn't edit that together, so I didn't do the slow mo. I wasn't trying to take a cheap shot, but that's how the Milk Bar TV did it. So basically, she contradicted her original claim that you guys went into the debate almost immediately. Am I missing something?
She contradicted her claim very early on. So I played this clip. You can actually find it during the debate at right about the 51-minute mark. And what she says there is a comparative claim. There's 100 other just as likely explanations as Robinson is a patsy. Her answer in response to that is, yes, there is. And then she further qualifies it by saying that not only is that the case, but if you keep moving ahead in the timeline on that particular clip, she concedes the entirety of it, which is what he's showing there for the patsy. She says there's no good reason that you should actually believe he's a patsy. So you have two comparative claims that you can make right there. But that just completely annihilated her position. And I knew right then and there that I'd won the debate. And you can actually, if you pan, they didn't do it because she was speaking, but if they were able to pan over, you actually would have seen what I call the Wilson smug look. It looks something like this, where I'm kind of just get a little bit smug because I know for sure that's it, right?
Fellas, do you know you missed my smug look when I realized that I won the debate because Candace wasn't providing evidence? This is so bad, bro. This is so fucking bad. How do these 3 white men not realize how bad this stream is and how bad this fucking cope is? This is so fucking bad.
Once
Yeah.
I get that concession,
You had a game set match right there. Yeah, you know what's interesting, by the way, one of the more, I will just say on a personal level, infuriating moments of the debate was when you guys were talking about complicit. She said, I never said Erica Kirk was complicit.
It does hurt to watch. Jeff, you're going to realize you're wrong in the course of this stream, but I do appreciate the money, bro. Thanks again for the super chat. Theory, he has a reputation as being a bully and saw an opportunity to balance out this reputation among a massive audience, and he didn't really care to win the debate. But to appear, you think Andrew Wilson did this as a branding exercise to play nice with everyone? Jeff, you know that's not true, right? You know that's not true. You know that's a cope because you know he lost and you don't want to admit it, but you know, Jeff, you're a smart guy. You've been around the channel for a long ass time. I know you know that's not true. I know you you do know. You do know. You do know that's not true. Yeah, exactly. You see, Jeff is already come. Okay, yeah, we're back. W Jeff, Andrew lost, obviously.
Yeah.
You put those words in Charlie's murder. You put those words in my mouth. I didn't do that. And
Did you consider asking her to define the word complicit?
I did actually.
Yeah.
You know, if you watch what I said to her specifically was, what did you mean when you said complicit then? What does that actually mean? And what she said is, that means that you believe Tyler Robinson.
So Jeff, what you're telling me is Andrew Wilson paid Candace Owens $300,000 to go into an online debate in which he wasn't even trying to win. This is the theory now. Andrew Wilson gave Candace Owens listen, man, if Andrew had not paid Candace $300,000, I would call this much more of like, yeah, you know, it could have gone either way. The biggest win that Candace had is she made $300,000 for 4 fucking hours and lost nothing. So I don't know. Again, I guess it's always worth asking questions, I guess. But the idea that Andrew paid Candace $300,000 and then took a fall so that he could rebrand himself as a nice guy, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true, Jeff, but that's okay. You can cope. It's fine.
And shot Charlie Kirk. And I said, wait, that's it? All you mean by complicit is that Erica believes that? Yes. And then I went a step further again and said, so are you just saying that she doesn't believe that? And then Candace says, yeah, I absolutely don't believe Erica Kirk believes that. I just couldn't believe it.
So I'm going to play the clip. We'll play the clip. This is again from Milk Bar. Stop 3.
There is why it is impossible for me to think that Erica Kirk is not complicit somehow.
That Tyler Robinson was 100% responsible for the death of Charlie Kirk. Let's say she believed it with every fiber of her being.
Yo, John's in with a gifted channel membership. Thank you so much, John. W's to you, good sir. I appreciate all your support.
The evidence, because she did. She just actually did. Would it then follow that somehow she's complicit in his death?
I didn't say complicit in death. You added those 2 words.
By the way, I just want to say, I don't know Milk Bar TV. The team just pulled these clips. We don't pay him because that'll, I don't know what the allegations are going to be. But so I'm sitting there going like, wait, your whole thing is that you've basically set it up that Erica Kirk is complicit in Charlie's death somehow for months. And you're going to sit there in a debate across from Andrew Wilson and say, you added those words. I never said that. I meant she's complicit in like the framing of Tyler Robinson or something like that. And I was like, I'm sitting here going like, well, thanks for all the death threats because you just think we believe the wrong guy's guilty. That like, thanks for all of the harassment and all the death threats.
Yeah,
Really cool.
Well, not only that,
Yo,
but
we got Cynthia in with a super chat. Thank you, Cynthia. $300,000. If I had that kind of money, the bags. Yo, seriously, Cynthia. Seriously. Listen, I could get a whole bunch of like unique, like limited edition Chanel boy bags. We could even share the collection, Cynthia. We could like sometimes the bags can live at your house and sometimes you send them back here. And then when you send them back here, I send you different bags. That's how many bags we could have amassed. Like amazing Chanel's, I guess Hermes, if that's your thing, like amazing, maybe even watches and like other things too. But you know, such as it is. I appreciate all the support, Cynthia. You're the best.
The massive slander campaign, the unethical campaign that has been going on. So there's two kind of primary reasons that I even got involved in any of this to begin with. The first was because of a person who has been in my chat for years challenged me because he said,
I was thinking about Betsy Johnson. I haven't looked at Betsy Johnson stuff in like years and years and years, but when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I had a ton of Betsy Johnson stuff. Betsy Johnson is so fun.
Really believe this official narrative, and you always tell us to try to falsify your own claim. So that was what I set out to do. I'm going to see if I can falsify my own claim.
Yeah.
And I couldn't falsify it.
And that you know what? That's why I like Gucci. That's why I like Gucci as a brand. Not that Gucci is probably the best luxury brand, and so some would argue that it's like on its way downhill. I don't give a fuck. I love the gaudiness of Gucci. I fucking love the maximalism. I love how they have their logo and their stripes all over shit with all sorts of other interesting decorations, and just like I fucking love it. I love Betsy Johnson for the same reason. It's so fucking gaudy that it's like you just feel like you feel good wearing it. You feel good like you're like this is like it's fucking extra and it adds energy, I find.
Right. I did. I mean, and I tried. I went into X space after X space, talked to tons of these people with their alternative theories, talked to attorneys, talked to everybody, and I couldn't get it falsified. So that was the first issue. And then the sort of second issue is that what I see is a power dynamic problem. I think that people get the motivation of Owens and a lot of these people incorrect. They attribute it to things like jealousy. They attribute it to this type of thing. I don't really think it has much to do with that. I think it has to do with power. From the perspective of the Owens and Owens orbiters, they have license to do whatever horrible thing that they want to anybody because they're running, quote, an investigation. That's what they're doing. So at least from their end, that's what they say they're doing. So if they want to dox you, if they want to harass you, if they want to harass your family, they want to dox your family, they want to do all of the things which are normally against all internet protocol, right? The things that people would normally come down hard on you for doing. They're allowed to because they're, quote, investigators. And so what that does is it gives them carte blanche to do whatever horrible thing they want to somebody because they're searching for the truth, you see. And that's one of the major issues that I saw going in was like, these people have given themselves license to do whatever horrible thing they want to anybody that they want. And then the way that they justify it is, well, they're part of this conspiracy. So therefore, if we destroy their life, if we dox their family members, if we viciously attack them, if we slander them, if we demean them, if we stalk them, if we do horrible things to them, that's completely justified because all we need to do, the wine moms of the world, is unify and say, well, you're part of the conspiracy. So we're justified in doing this to you.
I'm reminded of the one time I did meet you when you came to
Cynthia. Seriously, Cynthia is single-handedly funding the stream today. Maybe not single-handedly. I appreciate everyone's support. Another 10, Cynthia, goddess, queen. W's, green squares in the chat. We got J-Ham Stoneface on Rumble in with 5 gifted channel memberships. And J-Ham says, feel the need to throw in some ducats. Here's and Karlyn shamed us Rumblers last night. Yes, I did shame Rumble last night. I did, because the entire stream was funded by YouTube with no support from Rumble last night. But now we've got Rumble on the board. I appreciate it. Thank you, J-Ham Stoneface. Thank you, Cynthia. You guys rock.
HQ. And I asked you about, I was like, why, I'd seen a debate you did with, I think it was Zach Costello, somebody I'd never heard about before. And I asked you, I was like, why did you do this? And you said, like, I expect us to fight for ourselves, but, I didn't necessarily expect somebody like you, who, again, we didn't know each other. You had criticisms, fair enough, whatever. I didn't expect somebody.
By the way, if you guys have a Rumble account, you might want to go over there and see if you can snag one of those channel memberships. I will put the link to the stream in YouTube. And guys, if you go over, make sure you subscribe to me on Rumble if you're on there. Just because it's always nice to have a backup to YouTube. You never know what could happen. So make sure you subscribe to me on Rumble. There is the link to the stream. Go subscribe. Go see if you can get a channel membership in the chat. That'd be rad.
Like you to kind of get into the midst here, and your answer was actually pretty good. You said, I feel like they're in league with the left, and this is something that I've heard from you.
In league with the devil, maybe.
Well, you've been really
the guys, the crack sleuths at Turning Point USA believe that Candace Owens is in league with the left. Andrew Colvett follows me on Twitter, by the way. Andrew Colvett knows who the fuck I am. Andrew Colvett, on many occasions, has seen my work covering the left. Do you want to know why? Because he's liked it and shared it sometimes. The Brain Trust at Turning Point USA believes that Candace Owens is in league with the left. Let me just ask you guys, because you guys watch more content about the left than anyone on the internet. 1 in the chat if you agree with the Brain Trust at Turning Point USA that Andrew Colvett is in league with the left. 2 in the chat if you think that's absurd and ridiculous. And W's to Great Otis on Rumble. 5 more on Rumble. Yo, let's go. Rumble showing up today. 1 if you believe that Candace Owens is in league with the left. 2, if you think that that idea is absurd and crazy. Soul Quest over on Rumble now. Soul Quest giving 5 channel memberships on Rumble. Yo, is that what? Why the fuck is my YouTube audience going over to Rumble? Well, I mean, listen, if you guys want to give memberships on Rumble, that's fine. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the support. All the more reason to go over to Rumble to make sure you're subscribed. So maybe you can get a channel membership over there. Go over, grab a membership. There's several waiting.
Said the same thing. That's the same thing, right? Same thing.
And I just wanted to ask, because I mean, we don't pay you. We're not working together. We didn't coordinate this debate with you. All of that is just like her nonsense that she wants to put out there. But when I did meet you the one time when you came to campus to teach debate course and stuff like that, you told me that was a deep.
I'm not even asking for channel memberships and you guys are spoiling me. I didn't even ask for support today and I'm like, this is fucking awesome. We're almost at 100 already. Cynthia, my queen, my goddess, my liege, I adore you. Thank you for so much for all the support you send me. You are so generous. We all appreciate it, my dear. Thank you. W's for Cynthia, green squares for Cynthia, the queen of the channel, the legend of Cynthia.
Motivator for you that you think they're in league with the left. Explain that.
I had noticed for a long time that there was correspondence, very public correspondence going on with the former stalkers of Charlie Kirk. And you might remember the former stalkers of Charlie Kirk. They called themselves the Un-F America Tour. And they're headed by a social.
The reason Andrew Wilson is pissed off at the Unfuck America Tour is because they keep calling him out on Twitter. Now, I'm not in favor, like, I don't support the Unfuck America Tour other than they're kind of entertaining, to be honest, but they are not far leftist. The Unfuck America tour are like progressives. They're not far leftist. They're not stalking anyone. They're just running like a competing debate thing, and they want to debate Andrew because they think Andrew's a retard, and they keep making videos about how Andrew's a retard. Like, you're telling me the worst in Andrew Wilson's world, the worst leftists they have to deal with are the Unfuck America tour guys. Do you guys understand why Andrew Wilson refused to debate me about the left? I said to Andrew, I will debate you on literally any topic on the left at all that is within the area of my coverage. You pick it out. Pick anything. I offered several suggestions. And Andrew refused to debate me because he knows I would kick his ass. Because in Andrew's world, the most dangerous leftists that he can think of dealing with are the Unfuck America tour, who are a bunch of fucking progressives.
Socialist, and this particular socialist has received tons of money through
She's not. It is retarded to say they're a socialist, Andrew.
correspondence, very public correspondence going on with the former stalkers of Charlie Kirk. And you might remember the former stalkers of Charlie Kirk. They called themselves the Unf America tour. And they're headed by a socialist, and this particular socialist
They're not a socialist.
has received tons of money through basically being processed through Act Blue. We knew all
That's not how socialists are funded, you massive fucking retard. That's how progressives are funded.
of this when we checked her out, because she has been behind many harassment campaigns towards right-wingers, doxing campaigns, and
By harassment campaigns, Andrew means she has made videos that Andrew does not like.
various things like this. And she seems to be very proud of it. In fact, she says, she just said recently to Max, a kid that I know who is going towards the Pick Up the Mic tour, can't wait to find out what skeletons you have in your closet, right? So her whole thing is to do this. And I noticed that she was corresponding with other accounts like Project Constitution and other of these orbiters who also correspond with Baron Coleman, who corresponds with Candace Owens, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought that that was a very odd linkage, and suspected that there might be some kind of coordination going on there. So I'd never directly accused Candace of coordinating with these people or Baron Coleman, but I did say that I thought Project Constitution was definitely coordinating with them. And then it turns out post-debate, they're all retweeting each other, including the Unf America tour. They're directly corresponding with each other. And that basically confirmed all the suspicions. And I've always thought that leftists have pushed this narrative. And Z has now basically come out and admitted that she has been pushing this narrative as hard as possible. And so did Hassan Piker. He's pushing the narrative as hard as possible, because instead of the right wing unifying and throwing these people in jail for being, you know, terrorists, which is exactly what should have happened, as the federal government had declared Antifa to be a terrorist, the right wing had all the momentum.
Andrew, the Unfuck America tour is not fucking Antifa. Hassan Piker is not fucking Antifa. This is the problem. This is the fucking problem. This is why the real far left is operating completely unopposed. By the way, why won't Andrew actually look at evidence about the far left? Why? I was to understand that evidence and truth was Andrew's highest priority. Why the fuck doesn't Andrew look at evidence about the far left before he runs his fucking mouth on the internet about things he knows nothing about, because he refuses to look at evidence? Because he will never debate someone like me, because I would kick his fucking ass. Only literal retards think the Unfuck America tour is Antifa. Only literal fucking retards think that Hassan Piker is Antifa. So stupid. Otis, thank you. Can we end the torture? TPUSA is pissing me off more and more lately. A little bit more torture, and then we're going to do Alex Jones and Tim Pool. And maybe, is there an episode of the casino tonight? Is the casino on tonight? Maybe we'll do some casino at the end as dessert. We're going to watch this a little bit more, though. We will get to the Alex Jones stuff, I promise. Yeah, I got this Gucci lip gloss on Whatnot the other day, because it was real cheap. So fancy bougie lip gloss. Whatnot, another successful Whatnot victory.
And then what happens, these leftists began to also spread and propagate these theories, which divided the right. Hassan Piker actually put it very succinctly when he pointed this out.
Yeah, that Hassan Piker clip is pretty infuriating. I have a couple more questions for you on the debate here. I noticed you didn't bring up Egyptian planes. You didn't bring up Fort Huachuca, or as I like to call it, some fort in Tucson, because I didn't actually know. I'd never heard of it before. Fort Huachuca. You didn't bring up any of these kind of harebrained, debunked claims, right? You got this Mitch Snow character who says his dad is a Zodiac killer, that claims he saw people at Fort Huachuca. I mean, this stuff is so Looney Tunes, but you didn't go there. Why?
I wanted to go after the strongest claims. So if I was in Candace's seat when I'm kind of gaming this out, which way she would go, if I bring up Mitch Snow, she'd say, yeah, I brought him on. I never said that he was credible, right? I'm investigating every lead. You can't hold me responsible for his position. And that wastes a lot of my time. Remember, I'm only going to get about 3.5 hours here, and I only get an hour and a half. So what I wanted to do was go after the much stronger claims that she can't just point at and say, oh, I was just messing around, or I was just following up on leads, but claims that she has really tied herself to, like the Patsy claim, the steakhouse claim, the French Foreign Legion claim. These are things that I think are much, much stronger to give opposition to, because when she can't actually demonstrate any of this, it makes her look terrible, as opposed to like Mitch Snow. If we were doing Mitch Snow, she'd just say, well, he's just a guy I had on the show, and I didn't tell anybody. They had to believe him.
Yeah, but the Egyptian planes thing, Andrew, she for months was saying that,
guys, I got to pee. I'll be right back. Let me know if I miss anything.
this is like this is the thing that is going to crack everything open. And then I think it was Kaneko the Great did a big deep dive, tracked the planes, realized it was like 70% wrong. Even like I think it was 2/3 of the time the plane was on a different continent than they had it.
I mean, it was trivial because you look at it and it had one. We should point this out, that there are multiple times in the spreadsheet where she just repeats the same plane. So that's not a lot of attention to detail, but a lot of it is like all these times where Erica and these Egyptian planes, they're both flying through Wilmington, Delaware at the same time. And I don't think Erica has literally ever visited Wilmington, Delaware in her life.
Yeah. So, I mean, so anyway, I just think that there's so much has transpired, so many different stories and so many different threads that we forget, and that the average person forgets. And, oh, she's just asking questions. She's just on it, But when we actually, I was actually Blake, I was off that day, sort of invited her to have a debate with us. She ended up pulling something like this French Foreign Legion thing, where she thought there was some cartel guy here in Arizona that was going to try and assassinate her. And so we couldn't do it in Arizona, actually. That was like, I don't know if people know that story or not. I can't remember what's public and what's not. There were
multiple layers that, she was paranoid. Oh, there could be, assassination threat when I'm approaching the HQ, and then there's like a cartel danger, and then there was a new danger that came after that, endless excuses. And we saw this where she was insisting you had to go to her place.
And that's my other question, Andrew. So there's been much made about this the earpiece, and you did question at some point if there was information being fed both ways. I think we have a clip on that, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So this is PBD talking about this. SOP 5.
General Hall.
What's in that? What is that? What is that?
That's an earpiece.
Was that legal?
It's not like I'm out there saying big lie.
You see how he's touching his earpiece?
Yeah.
Was he wearing an earpiece? 100%.
He was. Wait a minute.
100%.
What do you mean he was wearing an earpiece?
Are you ready?
Okay, go.
That's Candace's earpiece.
What does that mean?
They gave that earpiece to all of us.
So they had it too.
No, but wait a minute. Watch what just happened. Yeah. The market believes she had an earpiece of things being fed to us. That was an earpiece that Candace's producers gave Candace, gave him.
They hear everything, you guys, behind the scenes.
So
is she going to say that on air?
She would easily. I don't think she would have a problem.
Yeah.
I think she will. I don't think she has a problem with that. But that is their earpiece.
So what's the story with the earpiece? Because I asked my tech team, I said, could you, if I
So you're telling me the big fucking scandal is that they all had an earpiece to hear what was going on in the control room? That kind of seems like a level playing field to me. It wasn't just Candace who had the earpiece. It was the moderator who had the earpiece. It was the other debate participant that had the earpiece. So everyone could hear what was going on. Why is this a scandal?
Had you in studio with me, could I route it in such a way that I feed different sources to different people? We don't have it routed that way, but you could. And they said yes.
Of course you can.
Yeah, you can.
The thing is, though, is like, I can't
Guys,
make
is that
claim because I don't know if it's true
Guys, is it possible that there can be different earpieces that all route to the same? Are you fucking shitting me?
or not true. It wouldn't surprise me if it was true. I didn't like the idea of having the earpieces in. What we were told was you have to have them in so that you know the cue for we're going to bring up this evidence or we're going to do this or we're going to go to an ad break. That's why you need to have it in. But it wouldn't surprise me if she was being fed through her earpiece at all. So, but I can't say that for certainty, you know.
All right, Blake, Andrew has questions for us too.
Of course.
Just so the audience knows, we are going to stream. If this takes longer to get through the whole interview back and forth, like we'll just go.
Okay, hang on. One in the chat if you want to keep watching the Andrew Wilson Cry Cope stream with Turning Point USA. 2 in the chat if you want to watch Alex Jones versus Tim Pool. Let me know if you guys are done with this. We can keep going or we can switch. 1 in the chat if you want to keep watching the Andrew Wilson Turning Point USA Cry Cope stream. 2 in the chat if you want to watch Alex Jones versus Tim Pool. Yeah, we're done. We're done. Andrew lost. It was pathetic. It was shocking how bad the loss was. And it's over. It's over. Candace won. Andrew lost. It is what it is. All right, guys. Alex Jones and Tim Pool are in some sort of feud where they've been fighting for several days, and InfoWars posted this hilarious article with the best picture ever of Alex Jones completely owning Tim Pool. And I've got a whole bunch of videos here, and I've tried to put them in some order of the time that they were posted on Twitter. And so, so hang on. I don't know what order these are in exactly. Honestly, I don't. Hang on. Bare knuckle boxing. This is a document. This actually, let's watch this one first. Let's do this one first. This apparently is a Alex Jones produced documentary documenting the feud with him and Tim Pool. Let's watch.
Here's the deal. I'm the head of the Illuminati. It's well known. So definitely we're killing the planet. Human life is not worth anything.
I don't know about any of that.
We should get rid of the majority of people.
Die. Let's try and die.
And that will end all war.
Hang on, Jeff. Jeff's like, no, Karlyn, don't do it. Before we move on, did you secretly? I didn't. Jeff, I said I wanted Andrew to win. It was not secret. I said on debate day, I wanted Andrew to win. I said I was really disappointed that Andrew didn't win. That's part of why I'm being so fucking critical, because I wanted Andrew to be successful in taking down Candace Owens, and he just failed so epically. So I said overtly that I wanted him to win many times. Thanks for the money, bro. Appreciate it.
So there's peace.
He's crazy.
We gotta kill every varmint. We gotta get everything.
Could be incredible.
Okay, Alex, I'll debate you. All right. I'm going to take the position that Israel has undue influence in U.S. electoral politics. AIPAC should register under FARA. They pressured us, forcing our hand into the Iranian war, for which it's undermined our interests, and they're currently undermining our interests in the Middle East. I'll take that position, and then I guess you'll take the pro side, like why you support Israel, I guess.
I'm criticizing you because I'm sick of people getting on bandwagons who meet secretly with the Israeli prime minister for propaganda purposes, then coming in and jumping on top of an Israeli propaganda operation against me. So whether you took money from them or not,
yeah, you know them, Alex,
and you're regurgitating their crap.
But Israel is intentionally dragging us into this war, and also Israel has.
I think you got Israel derangement syndrome.
Okay, well,
but I call it Israel-Palestine derangement.
Okay, then let me. Well, so first of all, Israel. This is on two separate. Do you know the story of Israel wired?
Tim is such a fucking retard. Oh, why is Tim still relevant? Can't we cancel him yet? Can't Tim be canceled now? Like, this is... I call it Israel-Palestine derangement syndrome. Okay, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okay.
Tapping the White House and blackmailing Bill Clinton?
No.
Okay, well, this is you can see this in the New York Post. There's been 2 independently written books on this.
Yeah, but do you know the story about the NSA wiretapping Angela Merkel?
No, okay, sure. I'm just saying.
You're look.
No, I'm giving you examples. If Israel doesn't treat us like an ally, Israel ropes us into these things because they know we're going to back
Germany
them up.
like an ally, which is the point.
No, I know, but
welcome to international espionage and warfare.
But if you're America first, why would you want to get exploited into this war in the Middle East that you care so little about?
Why are you trying to make me single on Israel when all of these other countries are doing equally or worse things?
So everybody's asking, it's a huge story. I didn't intend to be this big. What's the beef between me and Tim Pool? X came out over the weekend, did a major update, and it basically killed all the live streams, entertainment shows, media shows, conservative liberal shows. Everybody was saying, oh my God, this is devastating. We figured it was a glitch. We didn't even show the live feed when you posted it. And I said, this is probably just a glitch. Please fix it. And they fix it by Monday. Well, by Monday evening, Tim Pool comes out and says, that's because you criticized Trump and basically the war, so you're not popular now. And the fact that that was a mirror of all these known Israeli bots and people associated with Israeli propaganda, which is on record, 1.3 billion this year alone, financed by the Candace.
It's so fucking absurd. Why on earth would Tim proactively come out and attack Alex Jones if he didn't have, like, on this of like oh, you must not be popular anymore, like that, like Alex is right about this. That is fucking Zionist propaganda talking point.
Brainwash the American people. I mean, this is treason. And the primary members of Congress and to pass the NDAA for Israel to take over. And when I saw him post on a video I did where I explained, okay, turns out it was just a glitch like we thought, really let me know he's following Israeli talking points, and it pissed me off. Okay. And then I pointed out last night that he met secretly Netanyahu. It came out in the Israeli news months after last year. He admitted, okay, I met with him secret, but the details are secret Chatham House rules. He spun that and others said, yeah, I announced I met with him. It was public. The bot said, oh, it was a public podcast. It was cameras, TV there. None of that's true.
No,
I got late word that I was invited to a private roundtable meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It was under what's called Chatham House rules. For those that are not familiar, this means that you cannot reveal anybody who attended, nor attribute anything to any one individual, as they can deny it, and they would. I legit thought they would maintain Chatham House rules, meaning you can't quote the prime minister, you can't quote his officials and the other people who were there, but you can report what was said generally. If you wanted an official quote on a specific matter, you would then ask an official once the meeting was wrapped, and they'd provide you the exact quote. Or they would just say outright, like, we ain't putting our quotes on that one.
So maybe Tim's just dumb and copied what the Israeli bots were putting out, but he does meet with the guy that gives the orders in their eighth part of the 8th Front War.
This is the 8th Front. The disinformation campaign is humongous. It takes a second for a lie to circulate the world, and then you have to battle it with the only weapon you have, which is the truth. And truth is slower than lies and more difficult to ascertain because you have to get the facts. When you lie, you can say anything. You should continue with your passion to speak for the truth and to shame those who spread the lies. I don't see any other solution. Do you?
No. Tim Pool is an NPC, and you're a real human being. So no one's ever heard of Tim Pool. You're the legend that is Alex Jones.
Yo!
And you were fighting on the front line, and now we're here with you. You got some other superheroes part of the Avenger movie fighting for Christ.
Oh my God.
Real time.
Okay.
With my decision.
Excellent documentary, Alex. Excellent documentary. Okay, let's watch Alex publicly challenge Tim Pool to a fight.
I challenge you, Tim, to trial by combat. You will wear the blue and white and the Star of David. I will wear the red, white, and blue.
You will wear the blue and white, the Star of David? Timmy, you will wear the blue and white and the Star of David? Disavow, obviously. Disavow. Jews are God's chosen people. No anti-Semitism allowed. Again, Alex?
I challenge you, Tim, to trial by combat. You will wear the blue and white and the Star of David. I will wear the red, white, and blue. I'm calling out Netanyahu's champion. I'm demanding trial by combat publicly. If you fail, Israel must withdraw from trying to take over the U.S. government and get out of the NDAA and stop the war. If you win, we launch nuclear weapons and destroy the entire planet to bring back the Messiah. Tim Pool, the ball is in your court.
All right. Let's go. Let's go. Timmy responded to that.
Okay, Alex, I'll debate you. All right. I'm going to take the position that Israel is undue influence in U.S. electoral politics. AIPAC should register under FARA. They pressured us, forcing our hand into the Iranian war, for which it's undermined our interests, and they're currently undermining our interests in the Middle East. I'll take that position. And then I guess you'll take the pro side, like why you support Israel, I guess. I mean, I can't imagine we both take the same position, right? That's a debate. So that's my position, and then you can take the other one, I guess.
Right now, Alex is pro-Israel now. He has to be.
Well, I mean, if he wants to debate, he'd have to take the pro-Israel position. So I say yes. Absolutely.
Tim says he's not pro-Israel.
Well, you know, he doesn't have 300.
Oh my
Maybe you can do a GoFundMe for it or something.
So what a cowardly move. Jones doesn't have enough money. He's not in my class to even debate me. I'm a god up here above him. Even though since it came out that he met with Netanyahu in secret, his audience, which was not even that big before, has gone like this. That's the type of chicken shit arithmetic that we're dealing with here. Let me make it simpler for you, Tim. You pick the spot. You get a ring in a state that allows it. I'm an older man than you. Let's have a boxing match, bare knuckles.
Let's go.
Let's do it by trial by combat. You're a big man. You can wear your beanie. Let's get in the ring. Alex Jones is a big talker. All this tough guy talk. Get in the ring with me. Tim, you're this big man. Get in the ring, bare knuckles with me. Or it'd be better for you, let me tell you. How about we wear full-size gloves? That'd be smart for you to do that. Because I'm going to knock your ass out and fold you up like a beach chair in about 30 seconds. I want Tim Pool to get in a ring with me, and where all his arrogance will be put on display. I'm a paper tiger, pal. Look at me. Come on. Come on. Come on. You, this old 50-year-old man, you can beat my ass so easy, son. Get in the ring with me, Pool.
You guys remember when Michael Tracy was fighting with someone? Who was Michael Tracy fighting with from CNN or something at the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Do you guys remember this? There was some sort of an event at the White House Correspondents' Dinner in which Michael Tracy started a fight with someone from CNN, and they were fighting all night, and they got kicked out of the event that they were at. And then Michael Tracy went back to his hotel and posted the address of his hotel and demanded that the guy from CNN come to the Hampton Inn so they could fight. Oh man, it was the fucking greatest. It was so fucking funny. I just don't remember who he was fighting. It's on my Twitter somewhere, but this reminds me of the same thing of when Michael Tracy challenged some guy from CNN to fight him outside of the Hampton Inn. This is the same thing.
I challenge you, your place, your
Jim
time,
Acosta.
anywhere,
Thank you.
anytime.
Yes.
Let's get in a ring.
Yes. Golf W. Rare Pisces W. Jim Acosta. It was Jim Acosta. Michael Tracy challenged Jim Acosta to a fight and then demanded that Jim Acosta meet him outside the Hampton Inn. It was so fucking funny. It went on for like 3 days after that.
Right now, I want Tim Pool to be the champion of Netanyahu. You can wear your trunks, the Star of David right there. You can have rabbis there doing chants, burning incense, everything else. I want you in the ring with me, and you are going to be victorious because you've got that magical beanie, the mothership yarmulke that gives the orders all out to all the other yarmulkes.
Real time, uncensored, unstoppable. AlexJonesLive.com. Take a stand.
Fucking yarmulke. This is much longer. Does Alex come back to this? Hang on. That was just a commercial.
Do you want to fight? You better believe you got one. So let me give you an update on the Tim Pool situation. When I saw him come out 36 hours after it was clear that it was just an X bug, as I believed it was, killing live show numbers for everybody, including entertainment shows, not just mine, and saying, no, you have no viewers because you're anti-Trump, anti-war. And the way he's ridden the fence on this, it was my belief that he was paid to do that. I don't know that, but I know he met secretly with Netanyahu.
Probably
Then
true.
I saw the bots instantly hit us and say, oh, how do you know there was a secret meeting? Because Tim Pool told you. No, he got caught. It came out in the Israeli news. They had the secret meeting that Netanyahu called him to have on how to counter the American right and how he'd be the leader of the resistance to us. And Tim Pool's tried to spin that and then put out post on X saying, oh, I got the call, not saying who, implying, you know, when he had the secret meeting, he got the call, he took the meeting, he did it. Did he take the money? We don't know. So I said, Tim, why don't you just debate me? Which I challenge everybody to do. And most people are scared to do it. I don't know why. I'm such an idiot.
Alex, I'll debate you not on Israel. I'll debate you on the far left, Alex. You don't know as much as you think you do. You're very smart about very many things. You predicted the frogs and all that. Oh, I got to show you guys this post. Someone's going to remind me who runs this account. Who runs the make shit not suck account on Twitter? Who runs the make shit? I know it's one of you. I forget which one it is. I'm sorry. Who runs, confess yourself if you run the make shit not suck account. It's Golf. I fucking knew it was Golf. Okay, Golf. Thank you. Golf said the funniest fucking thing. I was fucking dying. Golf tweeted at Alex Jones yesterday and he said, hey, Alex, you need to have Karlyn on as your guest. She has vital information about the far left in this country that you need to know about. They're turning the freaking kids they. They're turning the kids they. Brilliant, Golf. And also accurate. They are turning the kids they. So, Alex, you need to have me on your show to debate you about the far left because they're turning the kids they, Alex, and you don't understand it as well as you think you do. And I can teach you lots of stuff, and you're really gonna like me because I'm a Spitfire, and I'm not gonna do like what the Quartering did and be like, Alex Jones, you are so amazing. I'm not gonna kiss your ass, Alex, because I've never even really watched you that much. But we should talk. I'll debate you. I'll do it. No fucking problem.
Easy to do, right? And so he came out last night and, made jokes about it. We'll play the clip here in a moment saying, well, he wants $300,000. Then he made the joke like it lessens me because the Democrats and the CIA and the FBI came after me to bankrupt me and to do all this. They believed I would quit if under non-dischargeable bankruptcy where I could have my house and my car and that's it. I don't even care about that. It means absolutely nothing. In fact, it just pisses me off more. And he's just like, oh, well, sorry, Alex doesn't have $300,000 to pay him to debate him. So just another chicken shit statement by Tim Pool. And people say, oh, he's your friend. Tim Pool's probably never been my friend. He's always come off sociopathic.
Yeah, of course Tim Pool has never been your friend. Tim Pool is no one's friend. Alex Jones was literally just like, Tim Pool has never been my friend. I fucking love this shit. This is amazing.
And he's just like, oh, well, sorry, Alex doesn't have $300,000 to pay him to debate him. So just another chicken shit statement by Tim Pool. And people say, oh, he's your friend. Tim Pool's probably never been my friend.
Nope.
He's always come off sociopathic.
He's an asshole.
It's not like he's not a good host. He's smart in ways. I'm not trying to lessen that. But the point is he's an opportunist. He never got banned anywhere. We've been banned everywhere. And so him to pile on and say, your listeners are down 90% because you're not pro-Trump was an endorsement of the unpopular stuff Trump's done, claiming what they're doing is popular when it's unpopular and destroying our populist movement. And it was a glitch. We're back to the regular live stream stuff on X. record numbers on the videos, the articles, all of it. That's why I didn't think it was a suppression. I thought it was a glitch, and X admitted it was a glitch and fixed it within 48 hours. Kudos, Elon Musk. So that's why I got pissed, because it looked like coordination to me. It looked like piling on, and I've never done anything to this guy. You know, when it came out that a Russian company was funding a file-sharing video network ad center, and that's a long story to even describe how those work, but you get in a pool group. I've been offered a lot, never did it, because I know there's some group I don't know I'm going to get accused of something. That's why we got to be very careful. That's why we went to direct sales 15 years ago and basically got rid of most sponsors, because who knows who's funding.
I had to tell Victor that I got him a sandwich. I'm very proud that I got my husband. I didn't make my husband a sandwich. I went to the supermarket like a proper wife to pick other stuff up. And while I was there, I got him a sandwich. So he has a nice big sandwich all to himself. Wifely duties, check.
And that sponsor, later they'll claim you took money. And his sponsors, usually they'll be doing great. They do come to you and say, now we want you to say this. And I'm like, screw you. So that's why we went to the model of direct sales, the AlexJonesStore.com. Before that, you know, the InfoWars store. And so I've
Yeah, Luke, it was at Market Basket. Market Basket's the best, man. Market Basket is the greatest supermarket of all time.
I've been through this over and over again, and I didn't ever even talk about it other than saying, no, I don't think Benny Johnson and Tim Pool and a bunch of others, because I really believe that, were bad because a Russian company didn't disclose they owned some deal where they would pay you for your videos and pay you to run ads for regular products. You didn't know you were getting Russian money. I mean, for all I know, who knows? It's never been come out. I think if it was there, it'd be out. But I've never knowingly taken money from a foreign government. I never took money from the Air Force or the Marine Corps, but that was a big scandal right before they banned me on YouTube, that the Air Force and Marines were making buys on YouTube for my show for recruitment. It was the #1 show at the time, and mainly young age males. So, I mean, that was a smart place. And the Air Force responded and said, no, it's a top demographic. He has the #1 show with young males, and we're going to advertise there. But yeah, I took money from Uncle Sam, and I clicked the agreement, so you just take the money. I mean, one buy alone was like $20,000. So yeah, Tim, I got money from a government. It was the U.S. government, but it wasn't for what I said or what I did, and that was a scandal back at the time. So I never even got approached by foreign governments with money. I got approached by Roger Ailes 15 years ago, and then like 18 years ago, then like 10 years ago, to do a Fox show. They want me to do a show with Mancow. They want me to do my own show, and I'd be the new Limbaugh.
Wow.
They wanted to control what I said, so I didn't do it. And then right before they sued me through law firms, they had a meeting in D.C., and the richest guy in the world at the time wanted to give me $50 million a year. People said, well, say the name. No, it was an off-record meeting. It wasn't an illegal meeting. So if something's illegal, I'll expose it. But if I have a meeting that's off-record, I'm not going to disclose what the meeting was. But they were like, you're about to get sued and destroyed, or you can come work for us. And I said, no. So yeah, there it is. The Air Force is running a recruitment ad for its special forces on Alex Jones' YouTube channel. See? Proof found the thing. So that was the type of stuff that was going on back then. So just classic, because the foreign governments know, they're smart enough to know, you come to me and try to give me money, I'll punch you in the face and call the FBI on your ass. And actually, they did send the FBI with the Internet Research Group in 2017 in D.C. when I didn't take the money from the richest guy in the world at the time, not Musk, somebody else. And I said, I got to go to the bathroom during the meeting. And so I go and, click record on my phone, and I call my lawyers and I say, let's meet with the FBI. Let's give them this. And I went to the FBI. I said, I know another office is behind this, but just, you guys know, I'm not taking money from foreign governments, and I'm reporting this with names. And it turned out it was the CIA that was doing it. But they offered me a $3 million check, the first of 30 million. They had the check. They just said, here, just take the check. It was the Trump Hotel in D.C. Just take the check right now. Just, we know you don't are out of money, because I was out of money at the time. And I said, no, right there. And I immediately said, I got to take a piss, went, recorded part of it, went to the FBI, got it all on record, did that. So my point is that this is not my first rodeo, okay? So when it came out that Tim Pool I believed unknowingly, because I know how these things work, through a video sharing, file advertising ad agency, I didn't go, oh God, Tim Pool's a Russian agent. Oh, blah, 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 it takes rubles. But when he met Sigurd Netanyahu, I said this a few days ago. I said, I felt guilty, but I'm so loyal to people I think are my friends that I think I mentioned and said, yeah, it doesn't look good, but he met with Netanyahu. It came out, it was a secret meeting. Once it came out, then he admitted the meeting. People go, well, how do you know about the meeting if it's secret? Because he admitted it after it got exposed. But they just keep gaslighting. No, how do you know? How do you know? It's not, it's known Israeli bots doing that. So I don't know about him getting Russian money, whether it's rubles or shekels, but that's what we're dealing with here. And so I'm not going to sit here and have him then make his jokes about, well, I want $300,000 to debate Alex Jones, but he doesn't have money. Ha, ha, ha. As if the fact that I don't have money means I'm a bad person when I don't have money because I'm a true person who didn't sell out.
Exactly.
So it's just, it's disgusting.
Alex.
And so I wanted to end this Tim Pool thing. I felt betrayed by him. I talked about it. But now because he did this, Tim, we got a lot of sources and a lot of people that like what we're doing who are actually good. And so now I put the calls in to find out exactly what's going on with you, pal. So you keep being arrogant. You wear your little beanie and you do your thing. You feel all powerful and laugh at me on. That's fine. It's not personal. Okay. I first got mad because it's personal because why are you trying to dance on my imaginary political grave? But the fact that you said I'm getting foreign calls and told what to do, that means money. I want you to put up or shut up. And then I said, let's have a debate about who's getting foreign money. And you puss out and say, buddy, you ain't got the money to interview me. That's a class system. I'm better than you, bitch. I got more money than you, bitch. You can't even talk to me, bitch.
Can you imagine Tim Pool claiming to have any moral high ground when he's literally demanding that to have an intellectual discussion, Alex Jones has to pay him $300,000? Is that it? Listen, man, Candace walked away with a W with the $300,000, but was it a good look? Was it a good look? No, it just reinforced that Candace is a narcissistic retard. It reinforced what we all know. And Andrew giving into her and giving her that money while not pushing back on her at all was also retarded on his account. But for Tim to come out and say, excuse me, I only talk to people who can pay me $300,000. Tim should literally go fuck himself right off. Tim is supposed to be an intellectual of the internet who debates intellectual topics and covers very intellectual and important news. You're telling me he can't have a fucking debate with Alex Jones, one of the most relevant people of all time anywhere, without getting paid $300,000? This is because Tim is a massive, massive, massive pussy who cannot have his ideas challenged because he's a grifter, midwit retard.
I want you to put up or shut up. And then I said, let's have a debate about who's getting foreign money. And you puss out and say, buddy, you ain't got the money to interview me. That's a class system. I'm better than you, bitch. I got more money than you, bitch. You can't even talk to me, bitch. That's like George Washington couldn't even though he was a huge prospector and businessman and owned all this property, was great, everything he did, he couldn't even go get a business deal because he wasn't a British lord. It's the same type of attitude. So I was going to drop the Tim Pool thing until I saw this clip. And now the new statements he's put out. Here's an overhead shot. 300,000, Alex. I hear that's the going rate. So because they charged the Andrew Wilson guy to go in with Candace, he says, hey, I'm the superior. It's all about the money to debate me. Dude, you're the guy that came out and said...
By the way, Andrew Wilson setting that precedent is another fucking L for Andrew. Because the only reason Tim Pool is able to say, I would not debate you unless you pay me $300,000 is literally because Andrew Wilson agreed to do just that with Candace Owens.
My audience is gone because I'm anti-war. When that's super popular, but I didn't do that because it's super popular. It's the right thing. You're the guy that did that. You're the guy that besmirched my credibility And then he did all these posts saying, I don't know why Alex is attacking me. I'm his biggest buddy. I'm his biggest pal. You won't even own up to your attack because it's a passive aggressive beta male pussy move.
Because Tim is a bald Pisces male. And bald Pisces males are basically women. I'm not just saying this because of big Pisces over on the other side of the internet. People think maybe I made this up just because of big Pisces. No, I am telling you, this is true. No offense, Golf. Golf has hair, so it's okay. This is true of Pisces men who are also bald in general. They are fucking women. They are emotional like women. They make decisions like women. They act like fucking women. It's not cool, man. It's not cool.
So Tim Pool wants $300,000 to debate me. What does that say? And then he makes the joke, but I don't have the money. Of course I can get somebody to get the money. But that debate's not worth that. It's pathetic. And it's disgusting. So here's Tim Pool last night saying, yeah, I want $300,000. Here it is.
Okay, Alex, I'll debate you. All right. I'm going to take the position that Israel is undue influence in U.S. electoral politics. AIPAC should register under FARA. They pressured us, forcing our hand into the Iranian war, for which it's undermined our interests, and they're currently undermining our interests in the Middle East. Yeah, I'll take that position. And then I guess you'll take the pro side, like why you support Israel, I guess. I mean, I can't imagine we'd both take the same position, right? It's a debate. So that's my position, and then you can take the other one, I guess.
Right now, Alex is pro-Israel now. He has to be.
Well, I mean, if he wants to debate, he'd have to take the pro-Israel position. So I say yes, absolutely.
300 grand.
Well, you know, he doesn't have 300. Maybe you can do a GoFundMe for it or something.
I don't think you're a Pisces, though, so it's okay. Maybe you are.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I got to capitalize on this name recognition.
I'll chip in 2 cents of X money. I just got paid.
So there's a sick victory, like he's bankrupt. We have more money than him. We're better than him. How sick is that? It is a badge of honor that I gave up what I had for this freedom, and I love it. And it's a honor and a pleasure to do it.
Yo.
A distinct pleasure.
True.
But no, it wouldn't be about the fact that now that Israel's propaganda war failed, which they admit, that now you've suddenly flipped from being pro-war and pro-Netanyahu, meeting with him secretly, to now going, oh, I agree with all of you. It shows what a fence rider you are. You're a sunshine patriot, pal, not a winter soldier. I'm a winter soldier. Tim Pool is a sunshine patriot. Not a leader. And I don't have some hard-on for Tim Pool. It's just that I'm not going to sit there and watch him repeat an Israeli propaganda bot attack on me, which is 100% clear, and then not call you out. So what a cowardly move. Jones doesn't have enough money. He's not in my class to even debate me. I'm a god up here.
Listen, Alex Jones is completely right about this. Listen, years and years and years ago, when I was being gang stalked, I was told by everyone, Karlyn, if people attack you on the internet, just ignore them. Just ignore them. If you ignore them, they will go away. Guess what? That's bullshit. That's actually bullshit. It's not true. You have to respond. On the internet, the rules are fucking different. You have to respond and you have to debunk until no one cares anymore. Because trying to ignore that problem and just allowing it to continue day after day after day, I ignored it for fucking months before I actually said something. And they didn't go away the entire time. And in fact, it just got worse. And it would have been much, 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 much better for me had I addressed it at the beginning. But I was listening to everyone's advice saying, just ignore it. It'll go away. Alex can't let Tim get away with this shit. Alex is the fucking god here. Tim is a fucking puny little skateboarding beta male. Alex is the boss of the internet. Tim sucks. Alex needs to show Tim who's boss.
Of him. Even though since it came out that he met with Netanyahu in secret, his audience, which was not even that big before, has gone like this. That's the type of chicken shit arithmetic that we're dealing with here. Let me make it simpler for you, Tim. You pick the spot. You get a ring in a state that allows it. I'm an older man than you. Let's have a boxing match, bare knuckles.
Yeah.
Let's do it by trial by combat. You're a big man. You can wear your beanie. Let's get in the ring. Alex Jones is a big talker.
It's gonna be better the second
All this
time.
tough guy talk. Get in the ring with me, Tim. You're this big man. Get in the ring, bare knuckles with me. Or it'd be better for you, let me tell you. How about we wear full-size gloves? That'd be smart for you to do that. Because I'm going to knock your ass out and fold you up like a beach chair in about 30 seconds.
Alex Jones
I want
freaking
Tim Pool.
rules. It's so fucking funny. W's Ninja Artist, thank you so much for the gifted channel membership, my dear. I appreciate it.
To get in a ring with me and where all his arrogance will be put on display. I'm a paper tiger, pal. Look at me. Come on. Come on. Come on. You, this old 50-year-old man, you can beat my ass so easy, son. Get in the ring with me, Pool. I challenge you, your place, your time, anywhere, anytime. Let's get in the ring right now. Let's get in the ring right now.
You guys
We can do it like
remember-
Escape from New York.
Do you guys remember when Alex Jones was fighting with Owen Schroyer? And Owen did this whole video, and I actually thought Owen won. I was more on, no offense, Alex. I was more on Owen's side than I was on Alex Jones's side, because Owen did this whole live stream where he laid out his grievances with Alex Jones. And then Alex Jones responded by saying, Owen has been possessed by a demon. It was so fucking funny. Yo, Kristen! W's to you, my dear. So appreciate the gifted channel memberships. 5 memberships. Let's go. Appreciate the support. Do you guys remember that, though? When Alex Jones was like, Owen Schroyer has been possessed by a demon. That was hilarious.
Or I'll even let you have a baseball bat. How about that, Tim? Tim,
I'll even let you have a fucking baseball bat.
your place, your time, anywhere, anytime. Let's get in the ring right now. Let's get in the ring right now. We can do it like Escape from New York. I'll even let you have a baseball bat. How about that, Tim? Tim, we can do it in Thailand where Mortal Kombat's legal. You can get in the ring with me in Thailand. Oh, it'll be worse for you that way. Let's give you a sword. Let's give you an axe. I'll get in the ring with you in Thailand. You can have a sword and an axe. Oh, I guarantee you lose that way. Because I don't even turn on my juice till I'm facing a real threat. How about we get in the ring in Thailand? You can have a 9mm handgun, huh? Because you're going to need it. You and your beanie. I want in the ring with you, Pool. Because if you want to bang heads with me, I can show you what it's like till you're bleeding. I want in the ring with you right now. Because you symbolize everything this country is under attack by and all the smarmy little double-dealing rats. I want Tim Pool to be the champion of Netanyahu. You can wear your trunks, the Star of David right there. You can have rabbis there doing chants, burning incense, everything else. I want you in the ring with me, and you are going to be victorious because you've got that magical beanie.
Yeah, but can he bring his skateboard?
The
Exactly.
mothership yarmulke.
The
that gives
mothership
the orders
yarmulke.
all out to all the other yarmulkes.
The mothership fucking
But I won't wear
yarmulke.
Iranian pants for you. But other than that, I'm ready. So are you ready, Tim? Tim Pool has accepted my debate about $300,000. I think pay-per-view, Tim, we can raise $50 million
I would so
if
want
we
that.
have that fight. Will Tim Pool accept it? Because I swear to God, I will get in that ring with him. and we'll all see what a fake Alex Jones is. I mean, you imagine, Tim is going to beat my ass. It is going to be beautiful. It is going to be
okay,
amazing.
If we're being honest about it, obviously I'm on Alex's side. Obviously, I want to see Alex Jones kick Tim Pool's ass. That is the best possible outcome of all of this. But if we're being honest about it, it would also be hilarious if Tim Pool somehow kicked Alex Jones's ass. Like, it wouldn't be an ideal outcome, but it would still be hilarious if Tim Pool literally kicked Alex Jones's ass. That would also be hilarious. This is such a W idea. This is possibly Alex Jones' most brilliant maneuver of all time. Pay-per-view, let's go. I'll pay $50 for that thing. I would pay $100 for that thing. I don't even care. Charge whatever the fuck you want, and I will pay it to watch this happen, because either way, it's gonna be fucking glorious.
You'll be like Superman catch, take that beanie off, just throw it at me. I'm done.
Yeah,
Imagine
in the chat if you paid.
He is going to just dominate me with ninja force power. Trillions of horsepower of liberal needle dick chicken neck energy. And Jones will be absolutely defeated.
Yeah,
Notice he put that out in April.
Exactly.
It came out months after the meeting. He's like, oh, I did meet with Netanyahu. Oh, I'm going to talk about it tomorrow.
No.
All right, I got to stop. This is out of control. We all know Tim Pool's not going to take the offer. You know he won't do it, because he knows deep down inside this old man will send him to the promised land. Politically, not violently. When a crash and blow from her big right hand sent a Louisiana man to the promised land, Big John. From me to Jimmy Dean, buddy, I want to get in that ring with you, and I want to show you how the cow ate the cabbage. Tim, this is your moment of truth. Your testicles that never dropped can actually drop now. You can have testicles. You can be a real boy. You can get in the ring with Alex Jones and prove your power. In fact, you don't need a battle axe. You can have a skateboard try to beat me over the head with it. Actually, like a massage. Because that's what you're going to find out, son.
This is the funniest fucking shit that has ever happened. This is so incredible. Redundancy, thank you so much, bro. W's to you. Thanks for the gifted channel membership.
And so I'm waiting, Tim. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. I'm waiting for you. I need it. Look at that. Israel watching Tim Pool versus Alex Jones. Mark Mitchell, another great pollster, had a great point. But whatever you do, remember, yeah, Tim Pool's laughing. He's like, you don't have any money. Oh, I have all the shekels. Oh, I'm Judas Iscariot. I got 30 pieces of silver. You don't have it. I will get new hosts on top of Harrison. I mean, get rid of Harrison. I mean, more hosts. I will get more crew. I will do it all. Go to thealexjonestore.com. Thealexjonestore.com. We have the end of summer super sale right now. 50% off on Ultra Methylene Blue. So much more. We have the great.
Okay. Is that it? That's it. Oh, wait. We're back. Hang on. What else does Alex have to say? Come on. Don't freeze on me. Come on. This is the funniest fucking clip I've ever seen. Okay, it's a 23. Just refresh. Hang on.
To see it. You have to realize it. You have to stand behind it. So I've challenged Tim Pool to physical bare knuckles combat. Right now, Pool. I'm ready. The paper tiger is ready. I will climb in that ring and you will just, I will fall down, you think, and pee on myself. Just please do the bare knuckles. That'll make it a lot quicker for you and your great victory against me. I'm all talk, Pool. I'm not real. Call my bluff. Get in the ring with me. Do it now. And meet your destiny.
Meet your destiny, Timmy.
When this smashed arthritic fist non-violently politically sends you to Valhalla. Get in the ring with me now.
Hi, folks. I'm Dr. Bigley.
Do you guys think they set this up, or do you guys think this is real? I think this is real. One in the chat if you think they set this up. Two in the chat if you think it's real. Yo, Cynthia! Holy shit. Cynthia drops another bomb in the chat of 20 gifted channel memberships. Let's say that's in honor of Alex Jones and the king that he fucking is. From the queen, Cynthia, massive W's. Appreciated, Cynthia. You are the greatest, getting us over 100 channel memberships on a day when I didn't even have a channel membership goal, because I have the best fucking community on the internet. I have the best community on the internet. I wasn't even trying to get you guys to donate memberships, and we got over 100 already. You guys can keep donating, though. You totally can. It's totally fine. You totally can. But I'm not going to ask because we're just chilling. It's supposed to be a Friday, but that's for you, Pisces. That's for you right there. With your like from the black whore and the Jewish gay boy that likes to seduce conservative men. We got over 103 channel memberships just for you, Pisces. Just for you, to remind you that nothing you do is going to lose me a single supporter. And in fact, they're going to support me more. You're welcome, Pisces. All right, what do we have? What do we have? Okay, let's see. This is Tim saying Alex supported the war in Iran. I don't really know. Okay, this is okay. Let's turn to Harrison Smith, who is a national treasure. This is and by the way, just in case you guys didn't see this, I'm gonna like docs. Alex Jones liked the post. So did Harrison. So did Cassandra. Alex Jones liked this particular post because it's true. Harrison Smith is fucking awesome, and we have Harrison Smith commentary on the situation.
Imagine there's a guy minding his own business, staying on the corner, and I rock up out of nowhere and sock him in the jaw. And then he is a lot bigger than me and stands up and starts beating my ass into the dirt. And then my friends run up and they get the guy off, they pull me away and they go, "Wait, Harrison, what the hell happened?" I go, I think that guy was paid. I think that guy was paid to attack me. I think he must be the agent of my enemies that's taking money to attack me. It's like, no, you fucking dumbass, you hit him first. That's literally what's happening with Tim Pool. That's literally 100%.
Exactly.
Alex Jones made a video about the algorithm messing up and stopping and 90% of the views of live streams failing. Tim Pool, for some reason, decided to interpret that as Alex complaining he was being censored, never actually said that, and attack Alex. So Alex is making a video about an algorithm change in X affecting everybody. Tim Pool just comes out being like, well, maybe you're failing because nobody likes you anymore. And Alex is responding, and now Tim is like, who do you think Alex is being paid for? Who do you think he's taking money for the Chinese to come after me? Why is he doing this?
Okay, but we do have a prolonged Harrison clip. Oh, wait, this is when Alex Jones, let's do that last. Okay, we have a prolonged Harrison clip where Harrison breaks down the situation for us.
I had people texting me, and they're like, what is happening? What happened? Like, what did you do? And I was like,
what did you do?
I tweeted that if you build up a channel for 10 years supporting Trump, but then stop supporting him, you're going to lose viewers. And everyone's like, yeah, that's not a reason for him to make up.
Yeah, but that was a lie.
It's like, you know what I will say is, obviously we know a lot of people who work at his company.
Really?
And there's a lot of fervor right now over what he's doing.
Is there?
And there's a lot of, we'll see what happens.
Will we?
But I do think that for most people, money.
What the fuck? Okay, Tim, I don't believe a fucking word of this. Let me. So Tim Pool is arguing that people who work for Alex Jones are really upset that Alex is attacking Tim Pool, and there's fervor around Alex attacking Tim Pool. 1 in the chat if you think that that's true. 2 in the chat if you are doubting that claim that people who work for Alex Jones, of all people, are going to be really upset that Alex is attacking Tim Pool. 1, if you believe that's true. 2, if you are doubting that claim being made by Tim. I will tell you, there was a time on this channel where I was talking to people who used to work for Tim. And people can go back and find the streams and watch. Because what I heard from several people, this was years ago, this was a long time ago, what I heard from several people who used to work for Tim, and I had some of them on the fucking channel. I had them on the channel. They were interviewed on the channel. You can go back and find the streams. Working for Tim is not fun. Working for Tim is not fun at all. They say Tim is a narcissist. They say it's like it's all fucked up. It's like there were all sorts of complaints. There were many complaints about working for Tim. We even talked to Tim's sister at one point. We did. She's a nice girl. She's a nice girl. She really is. So I find it a little and when you think about like Alex Jones just as like a being, right? Alex Jones has literally lost everything and just had to start a whole new thing because InfoWars got taken away from him. And you're telling me the people who followed Alex Jones from InfoWars, where they probably worked with him for like ever and ever and ever and love him. Do you guys know? Can you guys name anyone in Alex Jones's orbit, like his immediate orbit, that isn't like obsessed with him and just totally fucking in love with him? This is employee loyalty that has spanned national scandal, bankruptcy, the end of InfoWars, the start of this new thing, and they're still on his team through all of this. Okay? I don't believe for one red second the people who work for Alex Jones are going to be, Alex, you know, I'm just a little upset that you are calling Timmy on the carpet and threatening to kick his ass in a trial by combat. Like, I don't see that happening. I don't think that makes any sense. And I don't think anyone with a working brain thinks that someone, I don't even think, has Owen said anything about this? I bet you Owen is on Alex's side. I bet you Owen Schroyer is going to be on Alex's side if he said anything about it. And it might pain him to be on Alex Jones's side, but I cannot imagine a fucking universe in which Owen Schroyer is going to take Tim Pool's side over Alex Jones in this. Because Tim is wrong, and Tim is a shill for Israel, and we all fucking know it, and Owen doesn't like that shit either. This is like, you know what the Owen Schroyer Alex Jones feud is? It's like when a father is fighting with his son, or when two brothers are fighting. It's like they might be really pissed at each other, and they might say things that they come to regret later, and they might be really mad still, but like at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I can deal with my fucking brother, you can't. I can say whatever the fuck I want about my brother, but you can't, and fuck you if you try to come at him. It's like a bonding exercise. It's like all of a sudden Owen and Alex have a common enemy again. And Tim would not win in this scenario at all, in any way.
Talks and BS walks.
Oh, money talks and BS walks.
Surprised if there are people who just duck and keep their heads down and sacrifice their morals for the paycheck.
There's a lot of money sloshing around right now.
Yeah. Wait, what? There's what?
Saying, do you expect anybody who works with Alex to stop working with him because they think he's a bad guy?
No.
How much you want to bet? None of them will. They'll just say, leave me out of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
just fair to some degree. I mean,
yeah.
All right,
let's pull it down. Couple things. First of all, don't you love in the middle of the video where they're talking about Alex Jones must be paid? People just do this for money. That you've got the guy going, well, money's sloshing everywhere right now. Really? I didn't know that. Crew, do you guys know there's money sloshing around everywhere? It's those types of, yeah, everybody here is working for Qatar, obviously. Money just sloshing around all over. Everybody's getting paid to say so. Like, it's that you kind of just gave yourself away a little bit right there. There could very well be a lot of money sloshing around in the right-wing ecosystem right now. There could be a lot of money getting a lot of people to say a lot of things they wouldn't say if they weren't paid for it. That could be. That could very well be. I don't know, because I'm not in those discussions, because we don't take money, because that's just not what we do. So I think, first of all, that little line, I think, may be more important than they realized at first. Yeah, money sloshing all over the place right now. Really? Into your coffers, I wonder? Mm-hmm. I mean, you seem pretty interested in it. And by the way, just after this clip, Tim Pool gets into like, oh, well, we make a lot of money. I mean, sure.
Guys, I got to pee again. I'll be right back. Let me know if I miss anything.
We make a ton of money, and that's no issue at all. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. It's coming. Hold on. Oh, they missed it. We missed it. You got to throw it at me again. Sorry, guys. This is yes. It's all flying around. Money everywhere. Look at all these dollars I got from somebody, right? They must have come from somewhere. Precious money. This is my Tim Pool impression. I think Alex is, I think he's compromised. I think that, I mean, we all know that there's like a ton of money sloshing around right now. I think Alex might be taking some of it. I think he might actually be, being paid for some of his opinions. Because we all know how much money is flying around right now, but I would never, ever take any of it. Certainly not. No.
Real time, uncensored, unstoppable. Alex Jones Live.
Dude, we're gonna spend too much time on Tim Pool.
Oh, come on.
I do want to spend a little bit of time. I was actually going to drop it because
don't drop it, Harrison. Don't
really do drama that much anyway.
Keep talking about Tim.
But then I got in contact with some of Tim Pool's ex-employees who encouraged me. They were like, "No, please, for the love of God, nobody has done this yet, and he deserves it." So I feel a burden now for justice to talk about Tim Pool a little bit. But the thing is, I would like to see, I don't know if y'all have ever seen the charts of like the entangling alliances ahead of World War I. The reason that, this little outbreak in Sarajevo became a world war is everybody's allies with everybody and enemies with everybody else. And I feel like we need one of those for the right wing. I feel like it would be like their profile picture and then like red lines of people who they're enemies, green lines of who they're friends, because it's all getting a little bit tangled. It's all getting a little complicated. Quite a tangled cobweb that we have going here. And some of the breakups, some of the, you're my enemy now sort of transitions people are taking, they genuinely don't make any sense. Some of them make perfect sense. Some of them are perhaps long overdue. And at the end of this, I hope that this will be a filtering process, a cleaning out process, to where we can actually determine who's a patriot and who's a grifter.
Yeah, let's go. I love that.
I'm frankly shocked at the number of people who get this wrong.
I'm pretty sure I would end up on Harrison's good side on this particular equation, and so I'm in favor of this. Let's make a whole fucking chart, Harrison. Why do you get rid of that map behind you, and on one side you draw a line down the middle of it. On one side you put the good people like me and you and all the people that we like, and then on the other side you put the grifters like Tim, all the Zionists, James Lindsay, all the fucking classical liberals, all the magatards, Dan Bongino, Brandon Strauch too. Brandon Strauch is not good just because Dan Bongino's a retard. They're both bad. They both suck. I think the con wall would probably be much bigger than the good people wall, but that's okay. Maybe the pictures of the people on the good people wall can be larger so that they take up more space, but there aren't as many of them.
And who apparently don't have the discernment to tell who is just telling the truth, especially when so much of the drama is just like, do you have the ability to determine temporal reality? Like, this happens first, then this happens, then the second thing can't have caused the first thing. It's that sort of stuff. Like, that's what's happening with Tim Pool.
Yo, really? Oh, look at that. Texas Appeals Court / Alex Jones, $50 million Sandy Hook damages by 97% to 1.5 million. Well, that seems a lot more manageable for him, doesn't it?
Alex makes a video. Like, he didn't attack Tim Pool. And he didn't even complain about being censored. He makes a video explaining that there's been an algorithm change, and Tim Pool takes this as a chance to attack Alex. And now he's running around going, I think Alex is being paid. This doesn't make any sense. And it's like, when you attacked him, dumbass, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, though? It's that type of stuff. And then in the comments underneath, it's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Alex. It's like, have you taken perhaps 4 or 5 seconds to watch any of the videos that Alex has made that explain this with absolute clarity? I don't get it. That type of stuff is just, it's madness, because it's like, what do you mean you don't know why Alex is attacking you? You attacked him. You don't need, so I guess in Tim's mind, he attacked Alex Jones, and it was at that point, it was as soon as he attacked Alex that I guess a Democrat of some sort went to Alex and was like, I know you don't want to attack back, but we're going to give you money too. And that inspired, because this doesn't make any sense, folks. It's literally just a timeline that you have to be knowledgeable of. It's not that hard to find. Like I said, we'll get to Tim Pool in a minute, because I've heard some things, folks. I can't even repeat most of what I've heard.
No, you
but
can,
good
Harrison.
Lord.
You can.
I'll tell you.
You can't even repeat it, Harrison.
There's nothing like working at the Alex Jones Network. There's nothing like working at InfoWars. And that is only re-emphasized and re-established in my mind every time I talk to anybody that works at any other right-wing outlet.
Yep.
I don't know what's wrong with everybody else.
Yeah.
But Alex doesn't make it seem that hard.
I agree.
Like you treat your employees well. You run a good business. It's not that complicated. And then anybody I talk to in any other right-wing outlet, Tim Pool included, it's just like insane backstabbing, drama, betrayal, underhanded stuff, sexual assault allegations. I'm not saying that about Tim Pool. I did not hear that, just to be clear. But other places, you may have heard some things. And it's just every time I hear about what goes on in other right-wing networks, I'm just like, God, we have it so good here. We have it so good here that we just are actually. And the other thing is not only that, you know, our boss isn't a spiteful, vengeful little beanie wearing scumbag. That's very nice. But also everybody here is working as hard as they can all of the time. That's really the most astonishing thing, is you go to another right-wing place and this actually is the best. I mean, you go to Tim Pool, you're hanging out for a couple hours before the show starts, and it's like there's people doing some skateboarding, there's people playing some pinball, some people watching TV, and it's like, does anybody do work around here? What is everybody doing? What are you all doing here? And it's the same every other right-wing place I've gone. You go there, I'm expecting it to be like InfoWars. I'm expecting like you show up and it's like everybody's like headphones on, dialed in, pulling things up. There's like editors and writers, and like that's what it's like here. You go to these other places, and it's just like, you want to go like get some lunch first, or like we got time and we're not really doing anything. And it's just like, do any of you just like understand what's happening here? Like this is like a fight for our lives, and we're like actually trying to save the country here. We're the only ones that seem to be taking this as seriously as it deserves.
True.
So just whether it's Tim Pool or the Blaze or anywhere else, these people just don't have the fire. They don't have it in them.
So
and everything they say about us is pure projection, because maybe they're jealous. I don't know, but maybe we'd be better served. I doubt it. But maybe if we cared more about money, if we were more hyper aware of the algorithm and the little changes in it and how we need to moderate our language and don't use that word, use this other word. Like that's what these guys are like. Again, I've been to these shows. You go behind the scene and it's like a list. It's like, oh, we got our latest printout from our YouTube advocate, and we can't say ivermectin, and we can't say this, and we can't say that. So don't say those things. I'm just like, I'll do it, because I'm not about to get your channel canceled, but you're all slaves. You understand that, right? That's what it's like at those other places. So God bless Alex Jones and the Alex Jones Network, and it's a beautiful freedom we have here. So please do support us by going to thealexjonesstore.com. It's the only way we make money.
Chicalago. Don't worry. Oh, this is funny as hell. Don't worry. We're going to watch Jake Lang content tomorrow. Hopefully. Is Jake Lang still going to Minneapolis tomorrow? Does anyone know? I'm going to look that up. If Jake Lang is going to Minneapolis tomorrow and there are streamers on the ground, BG on the scene, better have his ass there. It's going to be great content. It's going to be fucking awesome.
Nobody tells me what to say.
This is fun as hell.
He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious?
I'm telling you, this is how you get civil war.
Well done, Timothy. Now, Candace, say she's completely lost the plot.
Candace has completely lost the plot.
Now, Alex Jones, say he's doing more damage to the right than the left ever could.
Alex Jones is doing more damage to the right than the left ever could.
Okay, Timmy, anti-Israel rhetoric. Ask who benefits, then say Iran does.
At a certain point, you have to ask who benefits for all this anti-Israel rhetoric, because Iran certainly does.
Timothy, this next one is very important. Say I'm gay.
What?
Go on, Tim. Do it. Tell everyone you're gay.
I'm gay.
He was a boy, she was a girl.
It's a real. That was a real video. That was a real video we just saw. At We Are Forbidden. That's the people who just made that AI video. Very funny stuff. At We Are Forbidden. So I mean, this whole thing is just a little bit absurd. I mean, the question is like, what are people looking for in a media personality? Tim Pool will not break any rules. He loves rules. He loves, knowing what he needs to do well in the algorithm. He claims to have been the champion that exposed all of this stuff, like the election and COVID, which is interesting because you weren't actually allowed to talk about any of those things on YouTube, and that's Tim's entire platform is YouTube. So with Tim, you've got somebody who has ridden the wave of basically the corporate monstrosity for his entire career, and he's been very successful at it. Nobody's doubting that. He's definitely the biggest name in the controlled zone, you could say.
True.
It's also, well, we can get into some other people in this mix as well.
Please do.
But
Please
never
do,
actually doing anything to challenge the actual narrative. He absolutely did promote the Iran war this entire time. Now he says he doesn't, but he also does this thing where he puts the opposite of what he puts a title that's like yesterday. Crew, if you can pull up the tweet he put out where he's like, this is a chess move. Like he's literally doing the Donald Trump is playing 4D chess. All of these moves are about energy domination. And the obvious implication from the title is Trump's a genius and the Iran war is going well. And I never watched the video, but Tim Pool then retweets that being like, I'm against the Iran war, see? And it's this tweet that is clearly phrasing and framing the Iran war as if it is a brilliant chess move that is, checkmating our enemies through economic and energy warfare, essentially. So it's like, okay, you came out of the video yesterday talking about how this is all brilliant. Everything that Trump is doing points to one thing: America becoming the largest distributor of oil and energy. Iran, Strait of Hormuz, Gulf of America, Venezuela, Cuba. These are all chess pieces. I don't know. It doesn't sound like he's anti this stuff.
Kyle Seraphin had an entire list of mega goy slopper Trump ball washers on his show today, and it was perfect. Can someone tell me a time? Can you tell me a timestamp for that? Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Kyle Seraphin. Kyle Seraphin has a really big problem with smart women. He does not like smart women at all. He's kind of an asshole about it. But if Kyle Seraphin did something funny and correct, I'll totally give him credit for it.
Is it a bad thing that America would be the largest distributor of oil and energy? Are you against that? That sounds like a good thing. It sounds like what you're saying is all of these moves are brilliant chess moves that have a positive goal in the end. So simultaneously, he's tweeting that out as proof that he's against the Iran war, which he has been in favor of the entire time, as you've seen in the videos. So it's weird that we even have to talk about this because everything we say about him is true and provable and obvious and right out there in the open. Everything he says about us is not just baseless speculation asserted with the confidence of truth, but assertion. It's what's worse than baseless, fabricated, but unnecessary, if I see you, pick up a donut and eat it, and I'm like, why did you eat that? It's because I'm hungry. It's you don't need a reason, right? It's I don't need to start now speculating, now, why would he do that? What could explain this? It's There's no explanation necessary. Actually, that's a normal thing to do. You don't need to speculate. Actually, so it's baseless speculation about something that doesn't require speculation at all because it's obvious what the truth is. But now I think he's straight up lying. And if he's not, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a bit of a problem. And again, I got more news than I'll ever be able to get to, but everybody's talking about this. Everybody's talking. I watch a bunch of like drama YouTubes. I'm subscribed to them, and my feed today was all Tim Pool versus Alex Jones. So this is from Too Lazy to Try. Too Lazy to Try had this video, but I hadn't seen this clip from Tim, and I wanted to address it. So let's go ahead and go to clip 38 here, and we'll move on from Tim after this. But just to settle, set the record straight, let's go to Tim Pool here.
Harrison sounds like me when I'm talking about drama content that I think is going to take 5 minutes, and it ends up taking 27 minutes. Harrison, I promise we're going to move on. I promise, but we're going to keep talking about this a little bit more. But like we're gonna get to real stuff eventually. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. Once you get started talking about drama content, it sucks you in, and you have to tell the story, and you have to make sure people really understand how bad the other person is being, and you get an emotional commitment to it, and it's hard to end it after 5 minutes, even if you want to end it after 5 minutes.
Just lies, I think. And if he's not lying, like I said, we're going to have a problem. I think you'll see what I mean. Let's go to clip 38.
It's just like, okay.
That makes zero sense.
What just happened?
It's irrational.
Yeah, it's like Alex Jones was my friend. He literally would just text me stuff. We would talk. We had a conversation once about what private jets to buy. Just like that's what rich people talk about. He was like, Tim, I'm telling you, you get a good jet for about $1 million. And I was like, Alex, I'm not buying a private jet. And now all of a sudden he's just like, Tim Pool is secretly meeting with Netanyahu and works for him. And I'm just like, out of nowhere.
Well, let's pause it. Can we pause it?
Nothing happened, Jimmy.
He absolutely went to a secret meeting with Netanyahu. Israel absolutely is spending hundreds of millions of dollars
it was fucking awesome.
Trying to shape the consciousness of America through alternative media. This is well publicized. Netanyahu talks about it as the Eighth Front War. And this meeting that Tim Pool attended was in direct attribution to that. Like, that's what he was doing here. It's not like Tim went to talk to Netanyahu about where to get coffee in Jerusalem. He didn't go to talk to Netanyahu and voice his concerns about the way Israel was treating the Palestinians. He's not brave enough to do that. Are you kidding me? He went there to be instructed. He went there to learn the role that he could play in exchange for money. Netanyahu pushes back on anti-Israel trends in meeting with podcasters. Israel Prime Minister largely avoided questions about Iran's nuclear program, viewing it as a sensitive subject. But he went there and had a meeting, people like Tim Pool, in order to push an Israeli agenda. So this is what I'm talking about. They're like, why would he attack? Because you attacked him first, you idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd make up these crazy lies about me, like I attended a secret meeting with Netanyahu. Okay, so I attended a meeting with Netanyahu, and it's secret. But, I mean, it's still a lie somehow, I think. I'm pretty sure. Doesn't make any sense. So, okay, just to be clear, when he says Alex is lying about him meeting with Netanyahu, he met with Netanyahu. The contents of the meeting were secret. It was in direct relation to Benjamin Netanyahu's Eighth Front war on the American mind, as he attempted to and successfully co-opted popular podcasters on the right to push the Israel First agenda, something Tim Pool obviously did the whole time. This isn't against the law, so why are many people denying it ever occurred? It's a good question. It's a very good question. Well, I think Tim Pool's denying that it was secret, but it was secret. And it's the Chatham House rules. Those are secrecy rules. And you just have to ask, like, do you think I would attend a meeting like that? I mean, honestly, I should... If I wasn't worried about like exposing other people's secrets, I'd show you my DMs. I get so many offers for stuff. I just leave them on red. I never even start to consider, which is the beauty of working at the Alex Jones Network. It's like for all these other people, I kind of feel sorry for them. I mean, they're constantly having to like try to look for where their next big paycheck is coming from. You know, who do they need to be the mouthpiece for? Who do they need to promote, even though they don't actually know if they're good or not? I just get to promote the AlexJonesStore.com. It's very easy. It's very simple. And I don't need to be a part of anything else. I don't need it. I'll do it if I want to, but I don't get paid for any of that stuff. Doing the debates and speaking role. I've never been paid for any of that, but I'll do it if I like. Let's go back to Tim Pool. Sorry. He's about to get to the lie. He's about to get to the lie. Maybe. We'll see.
I had people texting me, and they're like, what is happening? What happened? Like, what did you do? And I was like,
what did you do?
I tweeted that if you build up a channel for 10 years supporting Trump, but then stop supporting him, you're going to lose viewers. And everyone.
See, this is so revealing about how Tim even thinks. Listen, my entire entry point into politics was being a Democrat who left the left to support Trump in 2020. I was naive. I thought I was doing something good. I was very naive. Okay. But literally my entire platform in politics was built on being a Democrat who left the left to support Trump. And then do you know what I did after Biden got into office? I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to go do my own thing now. This has been fun. It's been fun, but I have other things I want to do. And then it took 6 months for conservatives to realize I broke up with them. And then they were really pissed for a while. But I'm going to tell you this, it was never anywhere within my thought process at all to say, I built a platform supporting Trump and I can't possibly change my mind and do something else. I have to save the audience at all costs, even if I don't like them and even if I don't agree with them and even if they want to control me. I have to make decisions that the audience is going to like, because otherwise they might not watch me anymore. And a lot of people did leave. A lot of people left. But guess what? At least I was being true to what I actually fucking believed. I wasn't just pandering to an audience for fucking money. And then I built up a platform doing something that I wanted to do for an audience that fucking loves what I do. But I never sold out to be a fucking magatard influencer. And the fact that this even well, Alex, you supported Trump for a good long time, but when you don't support Trump, you're going to lose all that audience. That's what's going on in Tim's head. Because Tim really grew his platform as well by being a lefty skateboarder dude who left the left, kind of, not really, he's still on the left, but left the Democrats, it did basically exactly the same thing and started supporting Trump. Tim built his entire, not his entire platform. Tim built a significant part of the platform that he currently has pandering to MAGA supporters, because there is nothing that conservatives like more than a lefty who left the left. And I say that from direct experience. So that Tim is probably freaking out at the fact that MAGA is coming to an end. It's already pretty much over. Trump is going to leave office someday. And then what is he going to have after that? Alex Jones doesn't need to worry about that. Alex Jones didn't build his brand on top of Trump. That's Tim.
It's like, yeah, that's not a reason for him to make up.
Yeah, but that was a lie.
It's like, what I will say is, obviously, we know a lot of people who work at his company.
Really?
And there's a lot of fervor right now over what he's doing.
Is there?
And there's a lot of, we'll see what happens.
Will we?
But I do think that for most people, money talks and BS walks.
Oh, money talks and BS walks.
Surprised if there are people who just duck and keep their heads down and sacrifice their morals for the paycheck.
There's a lot of money sloshing around right now.
Yeah. Wait, what? There's what?
Saying, do you expect anybody who works with Alex to stop working with him because they think he's a bad guy?
No.
How much you want to bet? None of them will. They'll just say, leave me out of it.
Yeah.
Because they don't agree with you. Because they don't agree with you. Because they are loyal to Alex Jones. See, Tim cannot fathom a reality in which employees are actually loyal to him because Tim is pissed off so many of his employees. He just hasn't had the same experience that Alex Jones has had.
Some degree. I mean,
yeah. All right, let's pull it down. Couple things. First of all, don't you love in the middle of the video where they're talking about Alex Jones must be paid? People just do this for money. That you've got the guy going, well, money's sloshing everywhere right now. Really? I didn't know that. Crew, do you guys know there's money sloshing around everywhere? It's those types of, everybody here is working for Qatar, obviously. Money just sloshing around all over. Everybody's getting paid to say so. Like, it's that, you kind of just gave yourself away a little bit right there. There could very well be a lot of money sloshing around in the right-wing ecosystem right now. There could be a lot of money getting a lot of people to say a lot of things they wouldn't say if they weren't paid for it. That could be. That could very well be. I don't know, because I'm not in those discussions, because we don't take money, because that's just not what we do. So I think, first of all, that little line, I think, may be more important than they realized at first. Yeah, money sloshing all over the place right now. Really into your coffers, I wonder? I mean, you seem pretty interested in it. And by the way, just after this clip, Tim Pool gets into like, oh, well, we make a lot of money. I mean, sure, we make a ton of money, and that's no issue at all. Oh yeah, here we go. It's coming. Hold on. Oh, they missed it. We missed it. You got to throw it at me again. Sorry, guys. This is yes. It's all flying around. Money everywhere. Look at all these dollars I got from somebody, right? They must have come from somewhere. Precious money. This is my Tim Pool impression.
This is so funny.
I think Alex is I think he's compromised. I think that, I mean, we all know that there's like a ton of money sloshing around right now. I think Alex might be taking some of it. I think he might actually be being paid for some of his opinions.
Listen, right now, let's get Harrison a better freeze frame. There we go. He looks better there. Right now, Harrison Smith is surpassing Owen as like my top favorite national treasure on the internet. Because listen, man, I gotta be honest. Like I was, and I always adore Harrison Smith, and he will always be at the very top of the list. But Owen has been looking really good lately, and he got rid of that stupid mustache, and the blonde hair is growing on me, and I just love how fucking uppity Owen is being towards MAGA. I think it's fucking great. But now Harrison may have just reclaimed the top spot over Owen Schroyer, honestly.
I think he might actually be, being paid for some of his opinions. Because we all know how much.
Let me know what you guys think. Let's have a vote. Let's create unnecessary rivalry. 1 in the chat if you are on Harrison's team. 2 in the chat if you're on Owen's team. 3 in the chat if you're on neither team. 1 for Harrison, 2 for Owen, 3 for neither.
Money is flying around right now, but I would never, ever take any of it. Certainly not. No.
Yeah, they can both do it.
Also, you're going to lose your audience for turning on Trump, but also I turned on Trump because I'm against the Iran war. But you're bad for being against the Iran war because you're anti-Trump, and that's why your audience left, even though your audience never left. It was just a algorithm mess up there. You're the bad one. You're the bad one for turning against Trump because you didn't want the Iran war, which I am now against, but I'm still for Trump.
No, we don't.
And I don't regret.
No. Don't be fucking lewd. Don't be lewd. We don't want to see them naked. Men look ridiculous naked. No offense, men, but like, I would rather the area be covered because men look ridiculous naked. They look ridiculous. I don't care how big it is. I don't care about the situation. I don't care what's going on. It doesn't fucking matter. They always 100% of the time look ridiculous. Okay. Allow them to have some coverage because it makes it better for everyone.
Promoting the Iran war. I just understand now that you all were right about it. Sorry. Back to the very real news, the impact I'm making here, me, Tim Pool, the very out there, controversial stances I often take when the offer is enough. I don't think y'all understand. Y'all want to know how much money I have? Ask my wife. I have no idea. How much money. Literally none.
That's yeah, probably true. Actually, Murphy's Pool. Yo, what's up? Okay, guys, dad joke time. Everyone ready for a dad joke? My most successful pickup line. Hey, you look hungry and you're in luck because meat is on special tonight and I recommend the bone-in ribeye. Thanks, MP. Appreciate the joke. Thanks for the money.
Do I have $10,000 in the bank? I hope. I sure hope I do. No idea. I do not get like, we don't care about money. That's not why we do this. That's not what we're about. It's very offensive being told that we are grifters by like the greediest, most mercenary people in the entire sector. But we give you products. You buy the products. We give you the show. It's pretty simple stuff. Who's giving Tim Pool money? And I keep having this conversation with people because people keep accusing us of doing things for money. I do the same thing with Captive Dreamer. Captive Dreamer always shows up in my notifications, and I love it. It's my favorite face to see in the notification because he's always trying to get me on something. He's always trying to like pull one over, like prove I'm lying or something. And it's always like easily provably wrong. So it's great. It's every time I see Captain Dreamer, it's like somebody's like, here, have a W, have a ratio, destroy this man. here's another easily disprovable lie for you to shatter. It's great. I love it. And the last thing, he was saying something about I must be paid by somebody. I don't remember who he was saying. And it just struck me. I'm like, how do you get your money? I get my money from the Alex Jones Network. They send me a paycheck every week. It's always the same, no matter what I say or how many views we get. Doesn't matter. I always strive, to do the best regardless, because I don't need to be motivated by such low down mercenary reasons. I actually believe in what we're doing. But it just occurs to me, I'm like, how do these people make their money? They don't have stores. They don't sell products. Who's giving them money?
I do. I sell products.
I mean, I guess it's super chats. It's all built off super chats. Well, wait, what was that?
What's that? What's that? Harrison.
They don't sell products. Who is giving them money? I mean, I guess it's super chats. It's all built off super chats. Well, wait, what was that? What was that image? Why did that flash on the screen? That was
weird.
Very offensive.
Disavow.
But that last part. Who's talking to him? I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to his ex-employees, and boy, do they have a lot to say. Good Lord. The dude apparently loves firing pregnant mothers. Crazy.
I know exactly who he's been talking to. I've talked to the same people. I know exactly who he's fucking talking to. Oh, no. Oh.
Must get some sort of kick out of it. I'm not talking to Tim Pool. Let's see. I'm like the only like public face of the operation. Who's else? Matt, is he talking to you? Sean, he's talking to you? I don't know if the microphone can be made live, but I think maybe we need a little investigation here. Is somebody at the Alex Jones Network
interrogation
selling information to our enemy and rival Tim Pool? Because if so, we got to get to the bottom of it. That's why I was saying, I think he's lying, and I know he's lying, but what if he's not? What if there's a mole in the Alex Jones Network?
It's not Lydia, it's someone else.
I know what you're thinking. Harrison, it was just exposed that you had multiple moles.
This is the voice of God.
Are you live?
Yes. Oh, I'm live.
Finally. All it took was a knockdown drag out fight for Tim Pool to get this microphone live. Thank goodness. Was it you, Matt? Are you talking to Tim Pool?
Yes.
Oh, all right. You're the one person I didn't suspect because you're the one who's always trying to get me to go after Tim Pool. Are you playing a double game?
He's giving me hair tips.
That actually kind of makes sense, actually, now that I think about it.
I recently found out he's gay, so.
Well, we all did. That was Benjamin Netanyahu's little trick.
We're talking now.
So I just love it. Tim Pool, what do you think about that, Matt? Tim Pool, like, hey, we know people over there, and maybe they'll keep their mouth quiet so they can sacrifice their morals for a paycheck. Are you doing the immoral thing by staying silent in the face of the abuse of Alex Jones? I mean, what's going on here?
No, it's a pretty chill work environment.
It's pretty chill.
Pretty chill.
We work hard. We work very hard. Matt works just about harder than anybody. I'll give him credit for that. Y'all ever hung out at any behind the scenes in any right-wing places? It would shock you. It would shock you how little work ever gets done at those places.
It would not shock me at all, actually.
Compared to Matt. Matt's getting bitten by poisonous spiders climbing in the roof, trying to rewire things to keep this operation going. All right. Now we're gonna move on. I think I'm done here. Anything else you want to say about Tim Pool? Dim Fool, as some people call him.
Oh!
Just he stepped in some crap, and he's trying to wash off his shoe, but it stinks, dude.
It's not working. It's not working. Here's, you know what? I don't want to just cause problems. Here's the solution. Here's the obvious. Here's how this all ends. Tim Pool needs to apologize.
True.
He needs to be humble, and he needs to say, Alex, when I saw your video complaining about the change in the algorithm, I misread it, dude. I'm sorry. I thought you were complaining about the drop in viewership, so I made that comment. Obviously, I misinterpreted it, and this whole thing has spiraled out of control. This is totally unnecessary, and it all started with me, Tim Pool, and my stupid, dumbass mistake of being wrong. So I was wrong. You were right. I'm sorry for trying to discredit you. I'm sorry for claiming that you're paid for things when you're obviously not. I think that would solve it. I think that would solve the problem.
Also, not gonna lie. Okay, like, yeah, everybody plays the fool, right? There's a song about that.
Mm-hmm.
But Tim, to go on his stupid webcast and like ask his co-hosts, which are his subordinates, you know what I mean? And then they're just like agreeable with him. Like they don't want none. You, Harrison, you know what happens. You know what happens when you disagree with Tim.
I do. Even if you mildly disagree with Tim Pool.
If you tell him that in a magical place,
his beanie pops.
So yeah, ain't nobody want none of that. No, they didn't want to argue with Tim, right? Oh yeah, money's sloshing around everywhere, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's like tons of money flying all around the right wing right now. Really? Is that right? Is that where? Where's the money coming from? Where's it going? How do you know?
Yeah, where?
Who are you talking to? Is it you? I'd never say that because I don't know what the hell that even means. Everywhere. It does seem like, I don't know, on one hand, God forbid, literally it just sounds miserable trying to go out and get sponsors and like get super chats. That sounds miserable. On the other hand, if money's sloshing around, if they're just, Tim, you got paid like $100,000 an episode from some, covert Russian operation. That was investigated by the DOJ. Of course, Tim didn't know about it. He wasn't criminally culpable. And I think the Biden DOJ coming out with that information in such a dishonest way was a real disservice to Tim and totally not a good thing to do. But see, I'm like a principled person that is going to say that regardless of who it affects. But we've never been in one of those scandals. In fact, we've been spied on by the FBI since 2013. They had monthly meetings checking in to make sure that they were still getting information and that the warrant to spy on us was still valid. Every month since 2013, there have been meetings in the FBI office every single month about InfoWars and Alex Jones and our organization, and they never found anything. We had infiltrators, multiple, in our office, exposed now, giving interviews with the SPLC, giving over a year's worth of security footage. Nothing proven anything. So it's like I said, we're going to move on. I'm done talking about this. And I wish we didn't have to, because how it should work, theoretically and ideally, would be when somebody like Tim goes after somebody like Alex Jones. Is this from the Tim Pool that there is a Qatari op to manipulate social media algorithms
Oh my God.
to make anti-Semitic and anti-Israel episodes appear to receive far more views than, say, tips for picking up women in order to incentivize podcasters and YouTubers to produce more anti-Semitic content? Pool expressed concerns about increased anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism in the pro-Trump podcasting space, according to sources in the room. Pool famously had Kanye West on his podcast, and the rapper walked out mid-interview after Pool pushed back against anti-Semitic comments. Responding to Pool, Netanyahu said that that is the reason he invited the group to meet with him. Amazing. Yeah, but he would never.
Never.
And I'll say, so, there's a lot of speculation about why Tim Pool blew up at me. I'll tell you something from behind the scenes that I think I've mentioned before, but like the call is absolutely real and it gets made about me. Like I go places and do, I'll be, get an interview or do a show, and the host will be like, dude, ever since I said you were coming on, my phone has been blowing up. Like people, they keep telling me not to have you on. I know that happens for sure, firsthand experience. So I have the feeling that when I went on Tim Pool, Tim got the call. He literally got the call that was like, you can't have Harrison, but it was too late to cancel me. And so he just decided to be a jerk to me instead, to try to like pull one over on me. Unfortunately for him, everybody in his entire audience was on my side and thought he was acting like a jerk. But that's my supposition, because Tim Pool absolutely gets the call. You can't have him. You can't talk to him. If you're going to have him on, you really have to push back. You can't just give him a platform.
100%.
That's my supposition. That's what I think happened. Otherwise, there's no explanation. That is actually one that requires a guess, requires speculation. Yeah, he says, I'll tell you what they did. Disgusting. Tell them, Tim. I give you permission. Tell them everything. Tell them everything. Show them everything you have on me right now.
All right, guys, we might find that. I might look for that Harrison clip, honestly. But we have a little bit more. We've got Tim's response to Alex Jones, and then the Kino Casino should be starting up soon. I thought we could watch the Kino Casino preview and decide if we want to watch the show. Let's see what Tim had to say to that. This is a super short clip. Maybe I'll try to find that Harrison clip.
Alex Jones is overtly lying about everything. And this, to me, is odd. He's aligned himself with Tucker. He's got a picture of him and Tucker with Candace. And it seems like something changed on a dime. I'll give you some examples. Let me pull this up. Here's Alex Jones saying, Tim Pool just endorsed the Iran war again. Oh, hold on. Anybody who's watched my show knows that literally yesterday, my 10 a.m. segment was me saying, we're depleted our SPR. This is a massive failure. Just is. Trump's not going to tell us the truth about it. The reason that he's doing it, it's this global energy dominance plan. So why would Alex Jones put out a lie? I just find it weird. Let me see what else we have from Alex as we're getting into all this. There's the weird Chris Martinson stuff. Also very, very weird, to be completely honest. I don't know where the I haven't been tweeting at every single thing. He's saying that admitted I took money from the Russians. That's a lie. He's saying that I secretly met with Netanyahu. Also a lie. He says, you're on the record taking money from the Russians and meeting secretly with Netanyahu. So here's the thing that I bring up. Alex knows full well that none of that is true. He's already had probably 700 tweets at him where after I met with Netanyahu in April of 2025, as I'm walking out of the Blair House, I tweeted, I just had a meeting with Netanyahu, and we'll discuss everything that he said. To which we did. He was advocating for war with Iran. He was trying to lobby American media to support it. Half the room really didn't want to do it. I specifically stated that support for Israel was cooked, that the young people are not going to get behind it, either because you've got a right wing that doesn't want to fund Israel and a left wing that outright hates Israel. And that was the meeting.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's watch some Kino Casino. Let's get a Kino Casino preview for what's going on tonight. Oh shit, you guys can't hear this. Hang on, you guys can't hear it. Hang on. Professional streamer on the internet. Okay, take two. Here it is.
Oh, buddy! The quartering has regrets. Jer's trying to repent for all of his years of wicked deeds.
I mean, listen, like Alex Jones and Harrison are the clear winners of the Tim Pool feud. Like Tim Pool is just like there's no universe in which Tim is winning. Dude, thank you so much for the super chat. I remember the reaction from MAGA when Kyle Rittenhouse said, "I'm voting for Rand Paul in 2024," and they struggle sessioned him into lying. Yep, that happened. It did. Thanks so much, bro. Appreciate it.
Sitting there on stream, I wish I never got into drama and attacking other people. It's not right to make money that way. He's like, guys, we all have to leave Tim Pool alone. Leave him alone. He was in the Civil War. He got his beanie pulled off. He's a right-wing activist. We gotta leave Tim Pool alone. It was just insanely saying, oh my God, guys, we have to stop the infighting. The Democrats are going to enslave us in the streets, guys, unless we worship Tim Pool's beanie. Please, guys. Robert Barnes, stop. Meanwhile, he's saying this plea to stop the infighting. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. And then he's like, Tucker Carlson is a Russian agent. Tucker Carlson has sold out. Tucker Carlson is dividing the nation. It's like, so everybody else isn't allowed to do it? But this was, by the way, this was within the same segment. He starts attacking.
Wait, what?
They're not on
Yes,
so he could throw
starts going after.
stones,
He's allowed.
No.
He's the arbiter of who's right wing and who's not. But nobody else is allowed to be. We all have to listen to Jer.
Are you kidding?
And it's like Jer's whole segment is about complaining about other people trying to control and police other right wingers. Well, he's trying to control and police the right wing.
You know,
it's completely fucking psychotic what he's doing.
Oh my God.
It really is. Then the next day, it's something to witness. It's something to behold.
What happened?
Jer has quit drinking again.
Stop! No.
Yeah, he's not.
Morgan Ralph.
He's
Morgan
crazy.
Ralph.
Bro, he's crazy, bro.
This is it. Tenth time?
I swear to God, man, this fucking segment about Jer, like, he's now fasting 3 days a week. He's in the gym 6 days a week. He's now off his antipsychotic medication. He apparently doesn't take pills. He doesn't do alcohol. He's purifying his body. That's what he's claimed. And it's like, buddy, do you really think that anybody fucking believes you? And what's crazy is it's only gonna take a couple of months when everybody realizes it's abundantly clear he hasn't lost 100 pounds.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
So like, how long do you think you can fool everybody? Like, oh no, guys, I've lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you don't talk about losing weight until people can visibly see it. I didn't say anything about losing weight until I was down like 40 some odd pounds and people were saying, Karlyn, are you losing weight? Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like, people were visually calling it out. And I was like, yeah, need to disguise myself. Yes, need to get unrecognizably skinny. Yes. I didn't confess shit until I was already being called out on it. Jeremy's out there going, oh, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. Like, bullshit, Jeremy. You can't give up carbs.
And then did you lose another 20 pounds this week? Or
he's going to lose 20 pounds every week for the next 5 years.
And look no different.
And look the exact same.
She looks the exact fucking same. But then, he's talking about those workouts and then he admits, like, it's crazy. Like, he contradicts himself like mere moments later. By the way, he admits he has a terrible memory during this, which maybe is why he's such a bad liar, because he can't even remember the lies, because obviously he hasn't gone off his medicine because his brain is fucking zapped and fried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But like the guy just,
it's like honestly insane to watch.
No, it really is.
His Walmart video,
he'll contradict himself.
Was crazy, by the way.
He goes, well, I actually haven't been able to work out because of the gout.
Wait.
And yeah. So he just admits that it's all fibs, that he actually hasn't been working out because he's in horrible pain from the gout.
Didn't he say he worked out when he had the gout?
He's then claiming, well, no, he's now claiming that he can't take the gout medication to reverse the gout because he's purifying his temple and he doesn't want to take any prescription medication.
No, sorry, I missed the Rumble rant, bro. Hang on. Goro in with the $10 on Rumble. I found out where the Qatari talking points came from. How much to react to this short clip? Let me see. I'll do this real quick. Don't worry about it. I'll do this. Let me do this reaction real quick for Goro because, he paid me money and stuff.
You've probably never heard of an organization called ISGAP, but you should, and here's why. If you ask a lot of DC lawmakers, why is America's youth breaking in their support for Israel, they won't mention Israel's genocide in Gaza. What they will mention is Qatar. They'll talk about Qatari funding of universities.
I want everybody to hear this. So universities that took money from Qatar had a 300% increase in anti-Semitism than other universities.
And a lot of lawmakers repeat this claim because of ISGAP. ISGAP is an Israeli-funded organization based in the U.S. that has dominated the debate over pro-Palestine protests on campus. Here's a clip of ISGAP's founder claiming that pro-Palestine protesters and supposed Qatari funders are trying to complete the work of Hitler.
It's the use of soft power. It's funding certain institutes and professors in the classroom and connected to the encampment. SJP comes out of AMP, which is part of the Muslim Brotherhood. And I should say that the spiritual leaders of the Muslim Brotherhood, this is not Islam, it's a perversion of the great religion of Islam. The teachings of the Muslim Brotherhood is that the true believer, the true Muslim, is obligated to complete the work of Hitler.
There's just one glaring problem, which is that ISGAP doesn't have a lot of evidence to make these claims. ISGAP's own reports describe its findings as speculative, and they don't even include a Qatar-specific study linking Qatari funding to campus anti-Semitism, which is their central claim that has been repeated time and time by DC lawmakers. ISGAP's report on Columbia University, for instance, they say that Columbia University needs to be investigated to explore the impact of Qatar's funding on the increase of anti-Semitism. Now, Qatar does fund Columbia University, but gives less money to the university than Liechtenstein, a country of 40,000 people. And the funding that Qatar does give is for tuition and research projects on things like water desalination and hydrogen production. It might also be relevant to some that ISGAP itself is Israeli funded. In 2018, 80% of its annual revenue came from the Israeli government. So next time you hear this claim, think back to this video.
Okay, well, you know, Israel funding bullshit. Must be a day that ends in Y. Back to the casino.
Or any sort of like
This is the biggest lie I've ever heard in my entire life.
What's actually probably happening, unless it's my first belief is that literally nothing has changed. And it's all just lies in order to impress Mel. Because as soon as Mel comes on, it's just this constant talk about his fitness arc and how he's well now and he's winning.
And then when he's alone, it like changes the tune.
It just kind of disappears. You know what I mean? But I also think it is possible he's on Ozempic, because one of the side effects of Ozempic is that you get gout, but it's only temporary.
Oh,
you know what I mean? There's a whole Kiwi Farms post breaking down, you know, all the reasons why Jer is probably using Ozempic. But I honestly doubt he's even fucking using those. I don't think he's lost any fucking weight at all.
No.
Because if he actually had, he would have no problem getting on a scale and showing it to everybody.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Or I think what's probably likely here, maybe he did get on Ozempic and maybe he did lose 18 pounds, but he's actually started at 450 pounds instead of 350 pounds.
Well, yeah, that's probably
because
that makes more sense.
He's definitely over 400 pounds. Like, I refuse to believe otherwise, because if you look at the photographs of him when he weighed in at 340, 350, he's so much thinner than he is now.
Ozempic,
it's like a completely different person.
But the thing is, with Ozempic, it makes people not want to eat, right? And he's eating like 18 pounds of steak a day.
He's eating all this like cheeseburgers.
So it's like countering, you know?
Steak. I honestly just don't believe anything the guy says.
Me either, yeah.
Especially now, he's like, I'm 10 days clean of alcohol.
I'm gonna tell you this. If he is on some GLP-1 or something, what's gonna happen is he's gonna, and I know this because I talked to people who were doing this stuff when I first started, like, because like so many people gave me shit about being on Ozempic that I eventually ended up looking into it. I was like, maybe this shit just would be easier if I was on it. I'm not. I just did no carbs and like no sugar and all that stuff. But I was like looking around and talking to people and stuff too. And one of the things that was said is that like when you lose weight so quickly on something like Ozempic, basically Jeremy's going to have a lot of folds of skin, and it's going to be really fucking gross, and it's going to be really nasty because he is so big now that like there is no recovery for some of like the skin because he's just so fucking big. So that's what's going to happen. If Jeremy's actually on Ozempic, like, or something like that, he's going to drop weight really quickly, and his skin is going to look fucking horrible.
10 days?
Yeah,
he drank
10
last
days.
weekend. He said.
I know. He's now 10 days clean, but where you know it's all lies and where he hasn't changed at all is when he says to you, I was never addicted in the first place. if you can't admit that you were an addict, you're never gonna fucking change. You're
And it
not
means you're
capable
lying
of
right
the
now.
change.
It means you're lying
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
he's
About
just
everything.
fucking lying. Then he goes from saying he was never an addict to a few minutes later admitting to drinking 5 days a week. I don't think I ever drank like 5 days a week. I don't know if I ever even went on a 5 day.
year during COVID, and I felt miserable the whole time.
It's a fucking
It's
horror.
the
like,
worst life of all time.
But that's actual alcoholism.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes,
5
100%.
days a week on the fucking sauce. Like, but you don't have a problem.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have a it's insane. Then we've got DSP. DSP has decided to make it his life mission to generate generational wealth for Kino.
I don't care about DSP. Anything else?
Just spread your ass and let them.
Okay. We got the casino preview. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. I think that's the end of the stream. But guess what, guys? If you want to watch the Kino Casino and you want to enjoy the Jeremy segment and all the other stuff, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. They're still playing their intro. I was thinking about watching it, but honestly, I actually have other shit I need to do. I have other stuff I need to do, and I'm going to go do it. And I will be back tomorrow. And tomorrow we are doing Jake Lang Shit Show. Jake Lang is going to Minneapolis tomorrow. There's going to be a huge counter protest. This is supposed to kick off around about the noon hour. And so I'm going to try to start streaming a little bit earlier than that. Hopefully streamers are on the ground. Hopefully Mercado Media gets his ass out of the house to go film this, because there's going to be Jake Lang shit show and there's going to be massive counter protester shit show, and it's going to be awesome. Okay. So because I'm streaming this in the morning, I'm going to take the rest of the night off. It's already like after 8 o'clock. Okay. So thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who donated 103 new channel memberships today. You guys rock. Thank you for funding my work. Thank you to everyone who donated super chats. You guys are the best. I will be back tomorrow prior to the noon hour. And we will see if Jake Lang gets his ass kicked, and it's going to be fucking awesome. I hope you guys all have a good one. I'll see you soon.
How are you feeling? How long have you been here? 3 months, May 17th. And what brought you? That's difficult to is influencing my thinking and consequently my action.
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
Play the piano for the people.
I'm not clear. How is it that playing the piano for people has eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital?
That's difficult to answer.